Good evening and welcome to the RWJ Barnabas Health Hockey House. This is Breakout Sports Broadcasting, and I'm John McCooch. Joined alongside Trey Wright, we have a semifinal game of the Club Division. College Hockey Buzz, the number 1 seed, taking on the number 4 seed, Joker Ammerman, here in this club contest. This semifinals is to go to the final. It's going to be electric, so make sure to keep it tuned to Breakout Sports Broadcasting. But like I said, I'm joined alongside Trey Wright. Trey, how we doing?
Doing pretty well as we got game number 3 of the Jersey Pro League Club Division Semifinals here tonight between College Hockey Buzz and Joker Ammerman. CHB ranked number 2. Actually, they are the number 1 ranked team going into the playoffs, and they are taking on Joker Ammerman, ranked number 4. Joker Ammerman taking down the Hockey House podcast Monday evening. And a bit of a barn blitz on that game, but they got to take on the number 1 team in the club division, trying to take down both brands of college hockey news. But it's set to be a good one here tonight. And then later on, we'll have the 2-3 matchup at 8:30 between Mr. Lemon, Stick, Wax, and Breakout Sports Broadcasting. But that is then. This is now. Taking a look at the previous meetings from this year, these two teams split their matchups with College Hockey Buzz, taking the first one an 8-5 win over CHB on July 8th, and then on June 5th, a 6-5 shutout victory for Joker Ammerman, coming back in the dying seconds of that game and beating College Hockey Buzz in that June 5th matchup. I believe those two dates might be inverted there. But taking a look at the top scorers as well, obviously Eric Heggie, 13, 4, and 17. 17 points total with 13 goals on the year for Heggie, the King's College winger. And on the other side, Austin Teets, one of the many players from this William Patterson University squad that is making up the majority of this program here for College Hockey Buzz. Set to be a very, very good matchup. Should be a close one here, especially given the little two-sided history between these two teams.
Well, Trey, you took all my notes. I was going to ask you questions about all that, but you took it all. You decided to give the folks the whole recap. One thing I got to say, College Hockey Buzz coming off a bye, right? The top 2 seeds get a bye. You think that's going to be a problem for this number 1 seeded team?
I don't think so. We saw Joker Ammerman completely steamroll HHP earlier on this week as the pen goes to the paper for game number 1 of tonight. I don't think it should matter, but they did get a little bit of a warm-up on Monday. We'll have to see if they're a little bit fatigued or if they're warmed up.
We'll see how both of these teams can work. Already taken away by Joker Ammerman. Body with a shot, it just goes up top and away. So Joker Ammerman getting off to a good start, but a save as well by Brennan now. And College Hockey Buzz faced some pressure early. They were able to get it out of the way. Brennan stood strong. Now here comes CHB. Very key thing to consider. Who's going to score first in this semifinal game? Tough defense by Body. Didn't have to use the body for Body. Tried to maybe pass that off the boards, and now it is sticked out. And College Hockey Buzz will look to keep things moving. Both teams coming out quick so far here in this one. This one around the net, poked out by some defenders. Body falls down, no trip. Try to get that towards Hagee, but that one's recovered by College Hockey Buzz. There comes a shot up top, and it's saved. Recovered. Now poked out, but still with College Hockey Buzz, and Joker Ammerman with Benanti. He's got that. He almost had that possession, but great defense by this squad so far. Joker Ammerman, they're playing like the underdog right now. They're coming out strong. Half spin, looking for a pass. And it goes out and around behind the net, but sticked out by Metz. And College Hockey Buzz will look to maybe slow things down here, but a great move by Lastra. Keeps things moving offensively. Across the blue line, takes a shot, and it is just mitted by Zavelson.
Yeah, and we go into our goaltending duo. Obviously mentioned on one end of the ice, Kevin Brennan, the Danbury, Connecticut native. Another player on this William Patterson University squad entering tonight in the playoffs. Regular season, 6.14 GAA and 864 save percentage. And Sam Zavelson saving his first test of the evening, the Merrick, New York native, an 8 GAA. With an 838 save percentage, was out in game number 1. But he's returned between the pipes here for the purple and gold.
Joker Ammerman, like you said, the purple and gold with Calabrese and Clack. They lose it. Held on to by Held before. Joker Ammerman trying to keep it on side, but they lose it. Puck almost lost. Now head back in the neutral zone towards Calabrese. but held will hold. And College Hockey Buzz trying to set something up. Swartout, who's been outstanding this season, making some moves, trying to find a pass all the way across, and it is saved, but it goes back and around, and the first goal of the game is scored by the College Hockey Buzz.
And once again, like we've been saying so far, in the first 4 minutes of this broadcast, this William Patterson group finding the back of the 4x6, Swartout taking advantage of the start, and then Austin Teets, right place, right time, able to poke it in, and CHB strikes first in the powder blue jersey.
Of course, it's Austin Teets. He has been an absolute monster.
We take a look at the replay right there, and like we said, Zavelson was just trying to get it underneath the pillows, trying to stack them. Unfortunately, couldn't quite get it in time, and Teets was able to pocket the loose change.
Point number 20 on the season for Austin Teets, and a 1-0 advantage for College Hockey Buzz today.
Like we said, team leader in points for number 13 has been absolutely lights out for this program, and we will be seeing him and a lot of these William Patterson guys later on this year when William Patterson will play TCNJ in the ACHA Division I matchups. I believe we got a doubleheader with William Patterson one of those weekends. We'll have to double check exactly when that is.
Tough defensive pressure by McGuire.
I believe that was Ryan Mercer that got taken down there. We're in 71 here tonight.
Got back up, though. So now Joker Ammerman, you're the number 4 seed. You've got to work back now. And now that might be a chance right here to do so. Here comes Body, flicks it up towards the official. He's got to go down and duck. He gets out the way. Azzarello holds on to it, but he lost it. Body playing some defense on that side. They're trying to prevent goal number 2. Is Joker Ammerman. They force a reset. Near the top. Here comes Hagee. Hagee, they might have numbers. Hagee might have a chance. Makes a move, and it is saved away.
Good save out of Kevin Brennan there. Hagee on a 2-on-0 with Azzarello right to his 9 o'clock. Surprised Hagee didn't try and flip pass it all the way over to Azzarello on the other side. Instead, it took it himself, trying to go through the 5-hole. Saw a little bit of daylight there, but covering up that hole between the 2 wickets was Kevin Brennan. He has been perfect so far.
Now there's a slapper, and Brennan will hold yet again, so we'll get another face-off. And look at that play. Azzarello was playing pretty close as well. Maybe could have sprayed out a little bit more, in better position for a pass.
Yeah, he was literally right on top of him.
Maybe expecting a rebound opportunity. But nonetheless, it remains 1-0. Here comes Hagee again. Can they get redemption? Azzarello again playing close to Hagee. Gets it out to Solotist. Was looking for maybe Azzarello on the right side of Brennan. Now both squads looking to regain puck possession, but it's stolen away. Saved by Brennan. Brennan sticks it out. Kevin Brennan might have to face another shot here, and it goes out wide. Recovered back again by Joker Ammerman.
That time Azzarello did have a nice chance, just couldn't quite get it past.
And now College Hockey Buzz on the counterattack. He's got Metz. He takes a shot. It goes up the top, but it's saved by the crossbar. Now Benanti has Azzarello. Benanti makes a move, tries to go inside, and it is poked out. Joker Ammerman will have to try to recover. They cannot do it. College Hockey Buzz takes possession.
Yeah, this has been a really good back check so far early on in this period for the CHB team.
Now a chance. Zavelson was able to get the pads down on that one. Here comes Lastra as he receives the pass, and Lastra, tough shot. Zavelson might have got something on there.
Good old wire and fire, just a little bit higher.
Well, they've got some fire and desire for a goal. Couldn't get one there, though. Clack playing some tough pressure. Clack is losing the stick now. He's got to pick that back up.
We're going to have numbers the other way.
We'll see what Lastra can do. Lastra takes a shot. Zavelson able to hold strong. They'll play that back into the neutral zone, but losing the puck. As that pass over towards Clack went awry. And College Hockey Buzz will have it themselves. Lastra holding on to it in his own zone. They slow things down here in this 1-0 game here with just under 9 minutes remaining. Lastra looking for a goal. Lastra looking for a shot. He's taking quite a few as that one also goes wide. Defensive pressure from Joker Ammerman. And now back up. Lastra, he might have some room. He tried to make a pass and it was poked out. And Zavelson will have to get on that one and slow things down. A lot of chances for rebounds there. They just weren't able to get that through and get some clean stick on that one.
Yeah, and if they were able to, that was going to be another grade A opportunity for this CHB team. They lead in the shot category 7-5, 8:27 to go in the opening frame here in game number 1 of tonight's contest. And Joker Ammerman just trying to get back into this, but they do win the draw. We'll see what Kyle McGuire is able to do here.
McGuire trying to find some sort of opening, and his pass goes away. And he loses it there as well. Wasn't able to get clean possession. Zavelson. Oh, no, Zavelson. Oh, he got there, though. Zavelson, almost disaster. Turns into a miracle. What a save.
That is another case of we take those. We saw that with Ryan Kenny in one of last night's games. We just saw that there. Nearly another opportunity there for CHB to double their lead.
Would have been, like you said, doubling the lead. 2-0 is tough.
That is, looking at the replay right here.
My goodness.
That is exactly, that looked like Mackenzie Blackwood back a couple of years ago as Alzamesi gets sent to the ice.
Looks like Akira Schmid against the New York Rangers. That one will be.
We had like the good memories of Schmid against the Rangers, not the bad ones.
Game 7 is Game 7. Swart out, is holding on to it. The College Hockey Buzz, they stay with it as they go on the attacking end. A tough defense from Joker Ammerman. They need a goal. Brennan takes it with the glove, and he will reset for their attack. Swart out, passes it behind him as they try to counter there, and that one is saved by Zavelson. Much easier than the last one he just made. Hagee bounces it to himself off the backboards, behind his own netminder. He's got Azzarello with him. Azzarello again playing close. Hagee has a chance, and he scores! There goes Hagee. Ties it up.
Pretty much coast to coast from his own end there. Taking it all the way. And he did. He went the entire 200 feet of ice, one going across the blue line, splitting the defense, and a good wrist shot there from the King's College winger. And he ties things up after putting all 5 players from this CHB team on the ice. He launched their jockstrap straight into the rafters.
Now attackers again for Joker Ammerman, but they're unable to capitalize. Solotis to hold on for Joker Ammerman. Tried to find Azzarello there, but the stick of Metz was right there for it. And Body will hold on to that one. So Hagee, who just scored, like you said, went coast to coast, gets it to Azzarello. Azzarello trying to get it towards himself, but some tough defensive play from College Hockey Buzz, and Filicamo prevents that. Zavelson uses the stick, and Body bounces it off the boards, but he gets it taken away. He's trying to still fight for it, though. Neither team able to get clean possession here in these past few moments. Now, Hagee has it himself. Can he go coast to coast yet again? Hagee tried to take a shot, but too many defenders there waiting for him. Over towards Benanti. What a clean pass. It just goes wide.
He just barely missed the shot there, and not by much. Good wire there from Benante.
And now College Hockey Buzz. That one sent towards the glove of Zavelson. Benante almost had that one through. Solotis trying to weave through defenders. Couldn't complete the job there. Now Benante. Gets it out in front of the net. Solotis, a shot is saved by Brennan. Brennan has been a wall. Both netminders playing quite well. Joker Ammerman will have this on the boards. Calabrese is looking for Clack, but is poked back out towards their own zone, and they'll hold on. Solotis slowing things down, try to get it off the boards. He does. And Calabrese loses the puck. And this one's over towards Lastra. Lastra hanging on. Lastra gets it on the other side, and that shot just can't get off cleanly. But now it's out in the front of the net. There's a chance and another save by Zavelson. They'll have another chance near the top. Lastra with a pass near side. Now back far side. Some cross ice passing, and it's saved again by Zavelson.
Yeah, this is this William Patterson unit on the ice right now. Lastra, Teets, a couple more of these guys that know how to play well together. This is where the blood starts to come into the water.
And now there's a chance, and he scores. The William Patterson team pioneering that goal through. 2-1 advantage for College Hockey Buzz, as the #1 seed will hold on to this advantage.
They take the lead back, and looking at the replay once again, it was Austin Teets again. Right place, right time. Putting it home. Actually, I believe that's going to go to Teets. Either Teets or Swartout. But nonetheless, College Hockey Buzz back out in front with the Willie P guys. Doing all the scoring so far for this program.
We'll have to see what our stat sheet ends up telling us on who's awarded with that goal. But here's Kolb. Kolb has a man in front of the net, but just facing tough defensive pressure. Couldn't get that one through. Here's Clack. Again, College Hockey Buzz doing their best to create turnovers. But now Joker Ammerman, that's a wraparound. It goes off the post. They'll blow that whistle. Looks like the net got dislodged. Brennan said, I can fix this myself. I'm a handy guy. So, Trey, both teams, again, playing with a lot of aggression. And they haven't really let up yet either.
No, there's been a pretty close game so far. 2-1 College Hockey Buzz leads, and they lead in a 2-1 ratio to the shot category, 14-7 as well. Looks like that goal is going to be credited to Ryan Burke, one of the few high schoolers on this CHB team. And with how well he's been playing with his Willie Patterson guys, we'll have to see if he's going to end up going with the Pioneers in the next couple of years for the Chatham, New Jersey native.
I would imagine so. I'm not a college hockey recruiting scout myself, but you never know. The pipeline's there to Willie P. 4 players there to poke that one out. And now that one's lost. That one goes out and away. Here comes Joker Ammerman. Brennan was out of his net, but he makes a save. Kevin Brennan doing it again. And now here comes the counterattack for this unit. There's the chance, and he's able to hold on to that one, Zavelson. He's been outstanding as well. His team's down 2-1, but he has made some tough saves so far in this game. And like we've seen a lot of the time, there's been a lot of great goaltender battles. Sure, a lot of high-scoring game, but even those games have their netminder wars. This one looking like the same. The face-off will be taken. College Hockey Buzz holding on. Filacamo gets the puck taken away. Swiper did swipe. His name is Azzarello. Azzarello with the pass towards Hagee. Hagee can't get it cleanly, and Brennan will dive down on it.
Yeah, and that duo just can't connect quite yet. That's the second or third time that they've had a chance with one another on an odd man rush. And Azzarello had an opportunity, trying to get it over to Hagee in time, just rolling off the stick. And a lot of Hagee's play so far, not only in this game, but across this season. If you've watched our Rider coverage, and if you know our friends down at the Maryland Hockey Network, reminded me a lot of Max Noonan's play. Also another former D3 player down with the University of Maryland Terrapins. A lot of two-way physical play, and Hagee's going to be a good addition to this
Brennan,
team.
are you kidding me? Kevin Brennan with a reaction time. Trey, my apologies. I had to react to that. Kevin Brennan is outstanding. Well,
that was a good save on Hagee there, so Brennan getting the last word on the D3 player. Hey, ACHA goaltenders are just as good.
Doing it again. Kevin Brennan facing the pressure. He's not phased. Azzarello trying to work this puck. He works it back out in front. Kevin Brennan comes outside, and that will be a goal. You can only handle so much, and Joker Ammerman comes out and ties us up.
And right on cue, Hagee, 2 goals on the night, 4. That's for the King's College winger. And just like that, tying things back up is Joker Ammerman. One final look at the replay. Just trying to get it. Oh, Brennan thought he had it between the skates, but it just skirted all the way out to the left of him. And quite literally picking up the loose change was Heggie.
So it's just creating another chance right here, and Brennan will pancake this one that time. Here with 1:38 left to go in this first period of play. 2-2 hockey game here on Breakout Sports Broadcasting. Make sure to keep it tuned in. This is only game one of the night, so you are in for a good one. McGuire off the boards. Trying to look for Calabrese. Gets it out in front. Brennan uses the stick to get that one away. And now the counterattack led by Tietz. Here it comes. Tietz makes a pass out in the front of the net. That one saved by Zavelson. It goes sky high. And now Joker Ammerman trying to repeat the same kind of counter. Here they roll and here they go. And again, tough pressure by this defense. Al Macy was in there. Solitz is looking to intercept it. Well, College Hockey Buzz will hold on. McGuire here with it. Looks like we got both Solitis on the ice right now.
And both of them going to the College of New Jersey. We'll be broadcasting them along with Calabrese. That one goes wide of net.
It's not the last time you'll see the Solitis duo here on Breakout Sports Broadcasting. That one's out in front of the net. Solitis. That one is saved by Brennan, though. Out in front was looking for Solitis number 2. Now here he goes. Joker Ammerman trying to potentially take a lead here late in this first period. About 15 seconds left to go here in period number 1. Can College Hockey Buzz create another chance? Trying to weave through defenders, can't do it. Body. Solitis would have to chase this one. He'd have to use the speed of light to get this one. Brennan will come out, weave it off the boards, and that will do it for period number 1. 2-2 is your score. Trey, your thoughts on this first period of play?
It's a tale of two different teams here. I've noticed that College Hockey Buzz, both of their goals coming off of sustained pressure, while for Joker Ammerman, both of their goals coming off of rush plays. Obviously, the one goal, the coast-to-coast from Eric Heggie, and then Heggie on the rush play right in front picking up the loose change. But overall, pretty good period for both teams, and here we go to period number 2.
We'll get there, and we'll step aside for just a few moments here on Breakout Sports Broadcasting for the resumption of this game. And we're back here on Breakout Sports Broadcasting for period number 2 here in this semifinal game of the Club Division of the Jersey Pro League. I'm John McCooch, joined alongside Trey Wright here for this moment of action. And Trey, we are back in just a few moments as well. 2-2 hockey game, bit of a netminder duo as well. We've had some tough saves by Sam Zavelson and Kevin Brennan. Defensively, College Hockey Buzz has been playing just a little bit better than Joker Ammerman on that end in terms of the aggression as well. Both teams, they've still very much got a chance to move on to the final. In that final, they will play one of Breakout Sports Broadcasting and Mr. Lemon Stick Wax. So a chance for it all. Kolb. He takes that face off and tries to start things out right, but Lastra will hold on to it. Now College Hockey Buzz will look to create the first offensive opportunity here in period number 2. Flick back around. Lastra out in front, and he slams into the net. Lastra slams into the net. Zavelson will just kind of pop a squat.
Yeah, there's crashing in the net, and then there's just going full. Just kamikaze mode into there. Good to see both Lastra and Zavelson get back up to their skates. But Joker Ammerman trying to go for 2 back-to-back championships if they're able to win here tonight. And if College Hockey Buzz advances, it will be in the first year of their program. They will be advancing to the finals. In fact, Joker Ammerman, the lone returning team from last year in the Final Four.
Right.
With Tyra Barr not being here this year, Synergy was eliminated early on. And then there's one other team that did not return from last year. So Joker Ammerman, one of the old veteran teams, trying to return back to the finals. They beat Tyra Barr in last year's games. But then, obviously, College Hockey Buzz, Mr. Lemon Stick Wax, and Breakout Sports Broadcasting, 3 of the rookie teams coming into 2024, should be here to stay for the upcoming years of the Jersey Pro League.
Here comes Al Macy. He's looking to get a shot out here. Tries to get that out in front of the net. 2 Joker Ammerman players there. Some great names were added as well, but Metz making a weave, get past the defender, just slams him down. And he's just fighting for a chance here. He can't get it through, though. Benante gives him a bit of a push. But he gets it right back. Another push down. They might have to call something.
They are going to call that.
Absolutely, and he's giving them the chit-chat.
Metz and Ricky Lipsy going after one another, and the Stockton Seahawk giving the Michigan Wolverine a little taste of some hockey reality there.
If you don't think these games matter, then just watch that right there.
But that was not a smart penalty to take. If you're Devin Metz, it's going to give Lipsy an opportunity to try and take Joker Ammerman's first lead of the evening.
Can he get the silencer? Lipsy making moves, and that one goes wide. So Lipsy is unable to stop the chatter.
Yeah, try to go backhand glove side. I would have tried to go 5-hole personally, but just tried to do a couple of different moves there. Wasn't able to do so, and Brennan read it like a picture book, and he is 1 for 1 on the penalty shot so far tonight. This game remains knotted up. Dos with 13:33 to go in the second.
So we'll have to wait for when Devin Metz and Ricky Lipsy both come back out onto the ice to see if that continues, that little sequence they had.
I doubt it will, especially in a close game like this in a semifinal matchup. Winner moves on to the Night of Champions tomorrow. Loser will just have to wait another 2 to 3 weeks to strap the skates back on for the regular season for the ACHA, AAU, and NCAA seasons.
Hagee made the pass. That one is backhanded over towards the netminder, and he just sits on it. With 13:11 to go, 2-2 is your score. We haven't had any major chances at a goal, but we have had a bit of a, not a brawl, but some chatter, some pushing, usual hockey stuff. See if College Hockey Buzz, I'm sure they talk about that plenty.
Well, we saw some physicality in the first game with Joker Ammerman between them and the Hockey House podcast Monday night. We actually saw Kyle Levy from the Hockey House actually ejected from that game, as Evelson will gobble that up with the glove. So we saw a lot of physicality in that game. We actually had a disqualification, so the intensity is starting to ramp up. It might be summer hockey, but it is still playoff hockey, and a lot is on the line here.
I'm sure that's a talk with both of them on the bench as well. Hey, if you guys start going at it again, one of you might get ejected. We don't want that. Rosters are small enough as it is.
And especially Devin Metz, as Swartout gets the twig taken away from him. Metz has definitely been a valuable two-way player for the CHB team, so losing him would definitely be a big blow to this program.
This goes out around the boards. Pass behind him. Hagee can't finish the job. What a pass. Now it's back up near the net, and he scores! Hagee back at it again. Takes the feed and fills it through. Takes the lead for Joker Ammerman.
And that's a natty hattie right there for Eric Hagee, taking the lead right back for the purple and gold, and that time the combination of him and Azzarello finally connecting there. And that was a beautiful feed in front from Azzarello initially, a great save from Brennan, and being able to pickpocket his own rebound was Hagee, and scoring on the other end to give Joker Ammerman the lead back here 3-2.
I'm not wearing a hat, but we do have a hat trick. Hagee feeds it over towards McGuire. He's got Azzarello. That one goes out wide. Hagee with the puck. Falls down and loses a College Hockey Buzz. They might be countering pretty quickly. Al Macy with Smith. Back over, there's the slapper. And it just goes into the netting. So it stays 3-2, 11:49 left on the clock. And again, Eric Hagee already with a hat trick.
And looking back on the play, a good save from Brennan. He tried to keep the play alive. Oh, he tried to dish it all the way over to, I think that was Corey Held, who had no idea where the play was. And Azzarello being able to dish it out of there, gets it over to Heggie, and he scores. So a miscommunication from a couple of CHB guys, resulting in them going down by a goal once again.
Body chases it and pokes it out and away. Back with Burke now. And now Macy bringing it back into the neutral zone, being chased by Calabrese.
This is actually Joker Ammerman's first lead of the evening. My apologies.
A big moment for Joker Ammerman to get back on there. Now a near turnover. Body. Again, another near turnover. Joker Ammerman trying to improve their puck security, but that one is held onto by Brennan. Solitis chases. That would be Ryan Solitis.
This time he is able to hold.
guys to talk about.
This time he is able to hold on. Again, like we're talking about, we're going to see a lot of these guys this season. Obviously, TCNJ guys, William Patterson guys as well. And Corey Held for Drexel University, for the Dragons, either for their D1 or D2 team, will be broadcasting both their games against our respective opponents.
Brennan has to react and gets down on it.
Taking a look at the Joker Ammerman roster. I believe Evan Cole, although the Rider Bronx will be traveling up to Sacred Heart, so they'll be facing Evan Kolb and the Pioneers of Sacred Heart. Same thing with Chris Canone as well. And Luke Body. A lot of SHU guys on this Joker Ammerman team. So it's basically Sacred Heart versus William Patterson for the most part here. Good matchup between a couple of these schools. Some good hockey programs at that.
If you check the other schedules, and that was lost, see if one of Ryder or the other teams that Breakout Sports Broadcasting will broadcast are playing some of those teams again. See if the end of this season is not a goodbye, but a see you later. Solitis takes a slapper, but got it poked. And Body with Joker Ammerman lost it. The size of Lastra allowed him to go get that puck. And he's just fighting through right now, but did lose it. And Calabrese will take it himself. He's just got to dump it. Brennan pokes it. Maybe could have just let that go. But they're working out into the front. Lastra tried to pass that one over towards Filicamo. Well, College Hockey Buzz again looking just for some clean possession. Can't get it so far in most of the second period. Out in front of the net. Two players kind of collided. Now here comes a chance. Ricky Lipsy. Can he get the silencer? That one's saved by Brennan. Whistle took its sweet time to be blown. Here with 9:32 left.
And he's able to make the stop there off of Lipsy, who was looking to get a little redemption from missing the penalty shot earlier. His team still leads 3-2, approaching the midway point through the game. But like you said at the top of the show, the bye week effect may be starting to affect this team a little bit. Again, you're going 3 weeks without playing hockey. You know, it takes a little bit. You got to knock the rust off a little bit. Obviously, it looked like CHB was good to go in that first period, but they've been a little dead so far in this second. I'll have to see if they've got a little bit of energy for the back end of this game as we approach halfway.
They have to get something going quickly because a 2-goal advantage in a game like this, if you allow that for Joker Ammerman, could really be a sentence you don't want to hear. Again, it's not always about, oh, there's a maybe chance here. It's not always about, oh, these guys haven't played hockey. No, they haven't played together. All these guys play hockey all the time, but it's about playing together, getting that rust off. Looked like it was off in the first, but it might have came back in the second. A lot of the times, these situations, these teams play great later in the game. We'll see if College Hockey Buzz can do that, but Clack got a chance. Clack gets it through. Clack strikes back. And there's that 2-goal advantage.
That was absolutely beautiful there for Nathan Clack, the captain of this Joker Ammerman team, sending it in. He was able to collect the puck back off of his skate, put it back on the tape, and pops it all the way over the shoulder of Brennan to extend this lead by 2 for Joker Ammerman. What a play there from the Rowan Prof.
That was filth, to put it simply. Just went right through. Looked like the puck just kind of spawned out in front of him.
Well, he also went coast to coast on that.
Right.
So that's 2 different plays off the rush.
He collected that off the stick of Held. Held tried to poke that out, but he ended up poking it the wrong way, it looked like. We're kind of checking out on our own feed.
And Ricky Lipsy looks like he'll get the lone assist as Kevin Brennan adjusts his pads there, so we're in a little bit of a holding pattern.
He's got to take his time. He's got to take his time. So, Trey, like I said, that 2-goal advantage when you've got rust on you, now it's a much tougher hill to climb than a usual 2-goal advantage kind of is.
Well, this Joker Ammerman rush, all 4 of their goals have come off of rush plays so far, and they've been holding down the fort on the sustained pressure, which, well, again, we haven't seen any sustained pressure from the College Hockey Buzz team. Again, Eric Heggie with the Natty Hattie, all 3 on rush plays, and then another coast-to-coast play there from Nathan Clack, his first of the playoffs. His first of the night, rather. It is his first of the playoffs. Looking for their own rush play was Sword out for College Hockey Buzz. But now down by 2. You got to not only defend the rush play as another one's going to develop.
Here's another chance here. They've got a 3-on-1. Here's that rush play. Passed outside, just came off the stick, but it's poked out through in. Benante makes it 5-2.
And that is underlining, highlighting, and putting an exclamation point right on that point I was trying to make. A 3-on-1 off of the rush. Brennan making the initial save, but wasn't able to keep the Pillows on top of the puck. And that was just a good shot there from Azzarello, I believe it was. But Benante, once again, picking up the loose change. And now it becomes a 3-goal mountain to climb. You got more than half of the game to go, so it's not impossible. Like they say, the 3-goal lead is the worst lead to have in hockey. But, man, with this counterattack and this rush from Joker Ammerman, it's very hard to defend. And that one nearly goes in. It was nearly 4-0.
Almost. You're about to talk about a 4-goal advantage. I'd say it's a much better lead than a 3-goal advantage.
Just keep piling on the goals, and that was an inch away from being what seems like an insurmountable 4-goal lead.
Here comes Benante, who just scored. Makes a move. That's disgusting. He can't get it through the 5-hole, though.
Oh, he wanted that. He wanted to put it right between the wickets.
Black makes the pass up. There's a chance at another goal. Joker Ammerman is on fire.
And I think that might be that is their first goal of the sustained presence in the offensive zone.
It all just happened so quickly.
That was the previous goal that we got on our monitor. They had it in the zone. Azzarello able to put it in, and now it's a 4-goal lead. Looking at, that was beautiful there from Clack, saving that play, being able to keep it in at the blue line.
Absolutely.
And setting it in, and Azzarello able to pick it up, and he's able to put it past Kevin Brennan. Now, if you're Kevin Brennan, Brennan was one of the top goaltenders in the league coming into tonight, but he has given up 6 and just past the halfway point in this game. CHB down what might be an insurmountable 4 goals, and they really just can't get anything going off the rush, and they've only been able to get 2 goals with sustained pressure.
And now that one gets sent all the way down the ice. Brennan's going to come out and try to get it. Could this be danger, though? It might be. Solotis might have an open net. Good pressure to just keep that alive. But
that was Teets with the game saver right there, pinching him at the near boards.
Yep. And that's just huge right there. Almost a deflection as well. If you're College Hockey Buzz, you got to score, and you got to score now. There's a shot. Save by Zavelson. And poked down by Joker Ammerman, who has all the momentum right now. These goals just happened so quickly. I mean, it feels like just a second ago we were talking about a 2-goal advantage. Now we're talking about 4. Handed down. Whistle will be blown. Looked like Smith caught something on the hand.
I think Smith would hit with a high stick there, so I think we're going to get a penalty shot.
That's huge. I mean, yes, it looks like Smith will get a penalty shot.
Couldn't tell if that was Noah or Ryan Solotis who whacked him up there. Or maybe it was Calabrese. It was definitely a player with a TCNJ bucket.
Right.
But if you're College Hockey Buzz, you got to convert on the penalty shot right here.
So here comes Will Smith. They need a goal here. Will Smith makes a move. That's fancy. Where's Morgan Lawrence? He's a bad boy. Will Smith gets it done.
Now that was a disgusting play from a Fresh Prince of Bel-Air right there. What a move. Absolutely sending Zavelson's jockstrap into the rafters, faking him out, getting him on the backhand, and getting College Hockey Buzz back to a reasonable deficit of 3.
Now, depending on which Will Smith you're talking about, this is either the pursuit of happiness or the pursuit of a berth to the championship game of the club division. Can they get it done? Will Smith, huge moment there.
Or the MLB pitcher.
Or that one too. There's plenty of Will Smiths out there. Pretty common name. And Will Smith got a hit off Will Smith. That was pretty funny too. Solotist. Can't get that feed out. Now here's Cole. McGuire back with it himself. Back out to Solotist. Trying to get that out in front of the net. 6-3 is your score. It almost changed.
And that was Heggie looking for his 4th of the evening, and here comes the rush.
Lastra's out in front. Can't get that through. Lastra hits the net again. He did that already in the beginning of the game. Net does not get dislodged. It stays out and around. And Joker Ammerman will hold on to this one. 3 goals. When you talk about the Jersey Pro League, there's a lot of goal scoring, so you usually hear 3-goal advantage. It's not over. And now here's a chance, and it goes out into the top netting.
Wrong netting there that they want to get it in the back of is, looks like Ryan Kiola, late addition here on the bench. See him in the neon green Anna Maria College socks there, wearing the number 8 for CHB. One of the top defensemen on this team. And trying to look and see. You got Ryan Mercer, and I believe wearing 41 should be Daniel Seaman. So it should be a full bench here for College Hockey Buzz. But nonetheless, Lipsy sends it in on Brennan.
They'll need all the help they can get, down by 3. But now they've got to stop this possession. That one sent through is just wide. Body will take it back, though. And Brennan is able to get down on it with the mittens. 4:38 left in the second period. You'd imagine you want to get at least one more goal here in the second if you're College Hockey Buzz.
Oh, you definitely want to, because going down 2 goals versus going down 3 goals into the next period, you know, it definitely is a lot. It's a lot better to go down by 2, by 3, not only game-wise but also mentally-wise, because you go down by 3 as Heggie shot goes straight into the glove of Brennan. You go down by 3, again, mentally it's a larger hill to climb. You go down by 2, hey, it's only 2 shots.
Azzarello trying to win this faceoff for Joker Ammerman, but College Hockey Buzz still take it themselves. Working in the neutral zone, both teams fighting for this puck. They're going to jostle, they're going to joust. Who will come out on top? And Metz back on the ice. Well, that one's lost. A turnover. Can they capitalize? He's got Azzarello, makes a pass to Azzarello. There's a move, and he scores. They keep it pouring on.
And the extra point is through the uprights for goal number 7. And what a period for this Joker Ammerman squad. And that was off of a broken play. It was a good 2-on-1 opportunity. Azzarello just lost it off of his skate, just put it in the back of the net on just a little bit of a throw anything at the net and see if it goes in. And fortunately it did for him. And now the 4-goal lead has been reestablished for the Joker Ammerman.
So when I was talking about you want to make it a 2-goal game, I wasn't factoring in the possibility of a 4-goal game.
Again, another play off of the rush for this JAH team. They've got 6 of them.
Metz is able to get that over. Here's Held. Out to Swartout. A player who needs to be a factor in this game. Swartout, a lot of the time when College Hockey Buzz has needed a goal, they go to him. So if anyone's going to get that big goal, I would think it's going to be Thomas Swartout.
Him and Austin Teets have been 2 of the big guys as Heggie once again down Broadway.
Heggie. Rushed right through. Now a fun pass, and oh, it just can't get off the stick.
That was Azzarello looking for his hat trick for the Wake Forest Deacon.
Clack made some great plays. Just saving pucks all day. Clack holds on to it now. They've got to get those numbers back. That shot out from Brennan. It is held on to. Brennan makes a save. Clack tried to intercept. He can't jump this one. Out in front now, though, Joker Ammerman looking to create some numbers here with a Clack. Heggie as well. Fed back out and around towards Solotist, who was there with him. Solotist to Solotist, can't connect. But now here's a one-on-one chance. Fancy work and Fancy on the score. And there he is, Thomas Swartout. A key goal for College Hockey Buzz.
He heard you up here from the broadcast booth, getting his team back within 3, 7-4 with 2:28 to go in this middle frame. And we once again have got a hockey game going. But this has been a phenomenal game so far. Joker Ammerman just trying to hold on, but College Hockey Buzz, they're not done yet. We still got about 17 and a half minutes to go in this game before things are all said and done.
Still plenty of time. They still have a chance to keep it now to a 2-goal advantage if they can get another goal here. Lastra can't find anyone on the pass. But now they've got to stop the rush, which is something they've struggled with on turnovers and the like. They do it this time. They keep it held on into the neutral zone. And again, one of those jostles for the puck off the boards. Neither team, there we go now for College Hockey Buzz. Held out on the near side here. Out in front of the net, no one there to go tip it in. Saved by Zavelson. McGuire fed that out. But Solitis was there for it as there was 2 players jostling for it. Solitis said, I'll just take that myself. He gets past the defender, that one being Lastra. Now it's behind the net. And College Hockey Buzz will have it. They'll have to make a move. Just top shelf on the goal. Easy money for College Hockey Buzz.
Austin Teets, his second of the night. Just like that, bringing it back to a 2-goal deficit with $1:18 to go in the frame. And call Elon Musk. We have got a bottle rocket right there. What a filthy play off the wrister. Able to put it just over the shoulder, between the shoulder of Zavelson and the bar, Jack Hughes style. And like we're saying, popping the bottle there. Extra points for Style and getting his team back within 2.
Achievement unlocked for popping the bottle. Here comes Kolb now. Just about a minute left to go here in period number 2. There's that 2-goal deficit that College Hockey Buzz was able to cut it to. Lastra will take this for CHB. Don't have any numbers, but they've got Lastra. Lastra makes the pass. It is saved by Zavelson, getting out in front of it.
That is exactly the save that this Joker Ammerman team needed. But they're bleeding a couple of goals here, and the last thing you want to do is give up 3 straight in the dying seconds of a period.
Will Smith. Will he get there? Couldn't find a connection. And now Joker Ammerman here with about 20 seconds left to go. Out behind the net. Turned over. Now a breakaway opportunity. Here's a one-on-one. Can they get it? Yes, they do. Pop the bottle again. College Hockey Buzz is storming back. When it rains, it pours, and College Hockey Buzz is pouring it on.
Oh, College Hockey Buzz taking a page out of Hurricane Debbie down in the southeast right now. Absolutely pouring on the goals. 3 goals in just under 2 minutes, and they draw within 1 with 8 seconds to go. Buckle up and batten down the hatches for the final 15 minutes of this game. It is going to be a heck of a contest.
They've got 2 seconds left. They got to just slap this one, and Brennan will watch that one go sky high. And what was once a 4-goal advantage has now been cut all the way to 1. Wow, Trey, this has been phenomenal.
This has been every single sense of the word phenomenal, John. What a comeback so far. And what a game from both of these programs. We got a 7-6 game going into the second intermission.
It's happening. It's happening. This game is happening. It seemed like College Hockey Buzz was going to become a victim of that Atlanta Braves situation where you get that bye that maybe you don't even really want. Now they're coming all the way back. It's taken them some time to get back into the College Hockey Buzz flow, to look like the #1 seed in this Jersey Pro League. And they've really looked like it in those final few minutes here in this one. It's just been outstanding.
What a game so far. And again, this is only game #1 of the night, is coming up in about 35 minutes time, game number 2 of tonight's doubleheader vehicle on Breakout Sports Broadcasting. Our team, BSB, taking on the number 2, Mr. Lemon Stick Wax, tonight at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time, right here on Breakout Sports Broadcasting. Winner of that game will face off against the winner of this contest, which we still have no idea who's going to pull out ahead. Is it going to be the number 1 College Hockey Buzz, or is it going to be Joker Ammerman with the upset, looking to return to the finals for the Club Division in 2024.
The bracket's gone chalk so far, but this has been the biggest chance for it to see an upset here in this bracket of the Club Division of the Jersey Pro League. It's been an absolutely fun season to watch, and both of these teams have fought very hard to play well, to develop before the season, to get right, and this is really starting to seem like one of those tough college hockey games. These guys are ready to roll. Hagee. Now with Azzarello. Azzarello can't get it to Hagee. They've been the duo for Joker Ammerman. And that one is off the pads of Brennan. College Hockey Buzz has stormed all the way back. They've got the momentum now. They were down by 4, now down by 1. Azzarello. Right check there. Benante.
Nearly hit from behind there by Elsmazy.
Dangerous, but that one is now saved by Brennan. Brennan has to dive down on it.
Yeah, if you're Kevin Brennan, you are not trying to keep this play alive whatsoever. Because a couple of mistakes out of the William Patterson goaltender have led to his team being down by only a goal. So you just want a mistake-perfect third period. Let the team do everything in front of you. All you got to do, prevent the vulcanized rubber from going in the back of the 4x6, and you're chilling.
He'll have some time to rest now, as College Hockey Buzz had it for a moment. But Joker Ammerman, they get it right back. Body going coast to coast. It is saved by Brennan.
Again, everybody thought he was going to play the puck there, but he saw Heggie and Body screaming towards him, and he was just shaking his head, killing the play. Right. Takes a little time off the clock, 13:56 to go in the game so far, and with the way that these guys are playing, we very might well see overtime here between these two teams that gets lifted out in the neutral territory.
You usually don't see that when the goaltender says, no, I'm not going to bring this one out.
You just don't want to take any chances in a winner-take-all playoff game.
Not at all, especially when the game's this close and goals have been somewhat easy to come by for both sides now. Brennan had to get back there again. No play to be made after the save. 13:34.
He thought about it that time.
He did. He was ready. He was looking every direction. He was
just looking for a lane, but the last thing you want to do, again, just make a mental error. You know, we saw it with one of Eric Heggie's goals. I believe it was a hat trick goal that Heggie scored. The lone goal was sustained pressure. And then we nearly saw it with Azzarello before he had got 2 goals on the night. We saw him just pass it straight over there, Akira Schmidt, Mackenzie Blackwood style. So the last thing you want to do is make any mental errors with everything on the line right now.
Filicamo will hold on to this in the neutral zone, trying to push the pace now for College Hockey Buzz. They still need that goal. He takes a shot, tried to get it himself. Couldn't get that one through. Filicamo weaves it on the boards, though. Gets it towards Teets. There's a player you want it with. It's Teets or Swartout as well. Swartout was sailing through some defenders, but got that taken away. Body's got Benante behind him. He's going to try to feed that over towards the front of the net. No one was there for it. And Swartout loses that. He had Filicamo with him, but Swartout gets it back. Swartout trying to find somewhere to go. He can't do it. It went off the skate of a College Hockey Buzz player. Looked like Filicamo. Now Benante was fighting with Teets for that puck. Calabrese chasing. And Solotis holds on in his own zone. With Clack. Both teams make some switches. Kyle McGuire just came on off the bench. Try to maybe get a chance there. So both teams make their changes. They've got this third period left to go. 1-goal game here in this semifinal. Zavelson has to get down for that puck with exactly 12 minutes to go here in the third period.
When it's really starting to come down to it, we're going to see these William Patterson guys take more and more shifts. Every time you see a black and orange glove on the ice for College Hockey Buzz, you know that it's going to be a prime scoring chance they're going to try and generate.
McGuire has it. Well, loses it. He falls down as well. Out in front of the net. And there's the tying goal. 7-7 is your score in the third period.
And who else but Ryan Mercer right at the doorstep, top cheese, able to put it in, and we are knotted up, seventh heaven for both teams. It's even more special for College Hockey Buzz, able to come back 4 straight red lights for the baby blue jerseys.
All unanswered. Face off in center ice, and now we've got a tie hockey game, so the past 2 periods and a quarter, it's been a wash. Tied up now here in the third. And now College Hockey Buzz, can they take a lead? No, it goes wide. And in this tie hockey game, both teams will now have to get desperate for that game-leading goal. Still plenty of time, though. Between the legs, fancy work. He's got players with him out in front of the net. Couldn't get that one to connect, that pass. Smith looking for a chance.
Trying to get it all the way over to Kiola on the left side.
Couldn't find him. But now they'll just slow things down behind the net. Now almost had a chance, and out in front of the net. Can't get that one online. And a play by Brennan. Almost had a chance to intercept that, did they? That one just went up top, away from the bar. Joker Ammerman takes it out of that one. Bit of a scruff. Azzarello. Moving Kolb over. Azzarello thinks he can take it himself. Thought about going backhand there. McGuire tapping the stick. He can't get the pass, though. Now a 2-on-2. Who will win this battle? Like for the moment, it's Joker Ammerman. And Hagee, who's been dynamite, holds on to this one. He's gone coast to coast before. Can he do it again?
He's got the wheels.
Hagee. Maybe not that time, but he's spinning around and trying to keep the puck with his team. He did. That one's out in front. It went off the skate of a College Hockey Buzz player. If that didn't happen, there would have been a chance. Far side. Lastra. Body playing some tough D. Poked over towards Metz. Metz couldn't find it. Metz lost it between the legs. Hagee. Hagee's got a potential breakaway. Hagee gets it poked by Lastra. Lastra, what a play. Azzarello with it. Behind the net. Metz is able to kick it out. And College Hockey Buzz still can't hold on. Hagee really wants this. He's wanted this so bad in this game to move on to the final. And Hagee has to bring it back into the neutral zone, and they'll have to get back on side. Will Joker Ammerman. And they get a chance to reset now. But College Hockey Buzz will poke that. Solotis loses it to the skates. Now back with Calabrese. Both teams playing hard. Calabrese couldn't get that feed over. It looks like Metz might have had something there. Swart out. When you need a goal, College Hockey Buzz knows who to call. Swart out. Trying to move on through. He falls down. He was almost able to get that puck on the stick even while on the ground. But Joker Ammerman holds on. Now far side. 3 defenders near the net. Fancy work, fancy move from Swart out. Wasn't able to get anything there, though. Filicamo will get a change here as well. Filicamo over to Swart out. Back to Filicamo. Filicamo trying to wrap it. But Zavelson is able to get the glove there with just over 8 minutes left to go and keep this a 7-7 contest.
Really good sustained pressure from College Hockey Buzz. That's been their calling card so far in this game. And Zavelson able to make a really, really big save as we get a brief timeout here.
So when you say sustained pressure, explain to the people that may not know how that kind of works.
So basically when you're trapping another team in the zone, is we're going to get a timeout here by College Hockey Buzz. Actually, or I believe it's going to be by Joker Ammerman.
Right.
when you got sustained pressure in the zone, it's when you're holding it in the other team in the offensive zone. It's like what a guy like Mike Emmerich or Steve Cangelosi likes to call when a team is buzzing in the opposite zone. They got a lot of good chances. They're just holding and locking the defense in their zone, especially when they can't make a change. You're just tiring the players out. It's a lot like a medieval siege in a way, where you're just trying to tire them out. You're tiring the goaltender out. You're tiring the defense out. You're holding it in for maybe a minute, at most two, at best two. And with tire legs on the ice, with players these days only playing about maybe 40 to 80 seconds a shift, you're going to be seeing, like, when you get sustained pressure like that, it leads to a good opportunity for a goal.
Right, because hockey's a war of attrition, so it's very much used by this team here. They've been all about sustained pressure today.
Hockey is just a war of so many things, and that's why ice hockey is criminally underrated here in the States, as Sword Out and I think one of the Solotis brothers chirping a little bit at one another.
As they do, I'm sure.
That was with Ryan Solotist, the younger brother of Noah Solotist for the GCNJ Lions.
Now college hockey buzz. He's got Sword Out with him. Sword Out tried to get that through. It's saved by Zavelson. Are you kidding me? Get down on it.
How in God's name did he save that? I thought that was a sure goal through the 6-hole.
Now, Benante, that was saved by Brennan. These netminders wanted too.
Beautiful back-to-back saves on both ends of the sheet, and this is where things will come down to it, John.
Just over 7 minutes left to go. Sam Zavelson has made some tough saves today, that one being a huge example of it. But can his offense reward him? Here's Clack. Clack takes a shot, saved by Brennan. Brennan uses the pads, and Sword Out will take it himself. Now he's got Teets. Teets has a chance, back to Sword Out, and it's taken out away again. It's wide.
Oh, he tried to tee that up. He tried to get it through as Zavelson makes another impressive save.
Looks like Brock Bowers with the one hand just taking it in.
Oh, my goodness. At this point in the game, 6:53 to go. Even though you can't bet in the Jersey Pro League, all bets are off the table. Tied at 7. These two teams going back and forth. It has been a tug of war for a trip to the finals tomorrow night.
I'd say it'd be even odds right now if you were to pick who was going to win this game. Solotis got Hagee with him, doesn't have the numbers. Brennan had it for a moment, couldn't fully collect it, but makes the save nonetheless. Hagee, he's been dynamite, tried to make the feed over towards Azzarello.
And I would say that the next goal would be the game winner. But again, we've seen teams being able to score on a whim. In the previous matchup of these two teams, Joker Ammerman scored the game tire with like 4 seconds left in the game. So this game is far from over, no matter who scores here in the next couple of moments, but we are going to get a goal soon.
Speaking of scoring, here's a chance.
Azzarello,
Hagee, they're sticked out by Brennan. These netminders, phenomenal. Lastra has it back into the neutral zone, the half spin. He's making a ton of finessing moves right there. Try to get that feed through. Potential off the top, that one's lost. You do not want to give Hagee a coast-to-coast chance. This could be a key turnover. But Hagee's unable to go fast enough and get past two defenders who didn't have the numbers.
Good stick lift there from Ryan Mercer, preventing Hagee from setting up shop over on the far side.
Solotis gets it around the boards. McGuire.
That's going to be a penalty shot. McGuire put to the ground by Kaiola, and hold on, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to get a penalty shot here, and Kyle McGuire looking to do something Mark McGuire would do and try and put his team ahead here. Huge penalty shot opportunity for Joker Ammerman.
You mentioned an athletic. He's got that Coyote jersey on. Teams that move. He's going to have to make a move. McGuire. Could he take the lead in this tied-up game? Cannot do it. Couldn't make enough work. So with 5:20, a penalty shot will go away, and this remains 7-7. That was a key chance that they could have taken advantage of if you are Joker Ammerman.
Yeah, that was just a good opportunity out of the University of Miami Hurricane. Beautiful green, orange, and white pants there from the defenseman. I think that that shot just maybe went off the end of the stick for Brennan.
Dave Elson says, look at this, I've got it.
Good shortstop save there.
Yeah, he's just staying in that position. There you go.
He's frozen. Time's frozen.
So he's doing the Black Beatles challenge. Little throwback.
No, he was doing the mannequin challenge. What was that from, 2018?
Right. The song was Black Beatles. It was the mannequin challenge. 2018. It might have been older than that.
2018, 2017. God, we're so old.
I was a youngin'. We'll see if college hockey buzz. Now 5 minutes remaining here in the third period. McGuire will chase this one for Joker Ammerman. Again. Lost it, though. Not what you want to see. He almost lost that one on the glove, but it just goes away from the post.
Oh, Zavilson got bailed out by the hockey gods there. That just went over the end of his glove and missed the red line by about 2 inches.
They'll hold on and recover it. No icing.
I can't believe that was not icing. That was very, very close.
I was waiting for the icing, but they do not call that. We were just able to get there in time. College hockey buzz. Making moves with Swartout. Swartout tried to go backhand. He couldn't get there. Swartout falls down. Zavelson's there. The puck is out. 4 minutes now in this game.
You got to
Ammerman holding on.
You got to think the next goal in this game is going to be the game winner at this point. These two teams have gone back and forth all period long.
Falls down, no call. Swartout lost that with body. Almacy, Sam Almacy from the Citadel. Tried to feed that towards Swartout, and there is that call. One was waiting for the icing with no cake. 3:32. 35 to 33 is your shot differential.
Yeah, and Kolb was tripped by Tietz right at the center line. That looked like textbook tripping, but this late in the game, that would have been another penalty shot opportunity for Joker Ammerman. And now they just had one with Kyle McGuire. I'm not surprised with the referees not wanting it to come down to penalties to decide in this game, as that will do a one hop off the high glass and into the netting.
Would say if that same exact thing happened in the second period with about 12 minutes left to go, that's probably a call. But that's one of those no calls you have to let go.
Exactly.
In this kind of game.
Because that was definitely textbook tripping, but
yes. Again,
playoff hockey, close game, a deadlock game with 3:21 to go in the third.
Out in front. Puck taken by Joker Ammerman, but here's Swartout. Swartout has a chance, goes off of Zavelson. Tietz, though, he holds on to it, gets it back to Swartout. Swartout looking for a chance. Swartout gets it over to Tietz. Tietz can't flick that up.
Here's the sustained pressure we're talking about.
Right. And now Joker Ammerman, who can break that pressure. Up top, Filicamo. Face some tough pressure. Benante off the boards. Can't get that on the stick of Azzarello. Brennan uses the glove and a quick pancake. 2:37.
Yeah, that was just a little too much there from Benante. A little too much mustard on the shot. If he was able to get it all the way over, Azzarello would have been off to the races. Because that Wake Forest Demon Deacon has got the speed, the finesse. He's got 2 on the night so far. And College Hockey Buzz will take their timeout with 2:37 to go. And again, this is only game 1 of the night. We've still got the 2 versus 3 game later on coming, hopefully in about 15 minutes time, depending on when this game will end.
We'll be a bit delayed on that one.
But this is definitely coming down to the wire. A very close game between the 1 and the 4 seeds. But again, going down at this point in the game, seeding doesn't matter, score doesn't matter. You got to think next goal is going to end up winning this game, John.
When you get closer to the dying moments of this game, you do think that. However, we've seen wilder things happen in the Jersey Pro League. You talk about how many goals we saw in the second period. Only 1 goal in this third period, the tying goal from Kiola. sometimes these goals in this league comes in ebbs and flows. It can either be 17 goals in a game or none. And again, this timeout, I mean, it just, a lot of these times when a game like this, when both teams are playing with this kind of pressure, playing very defensively, legs are tired, you think the game-winning goal is going to be this magical goal. A lot of the times it's such an ugly goal, so maybe expect the ugly goal today.
Now we saw that in 2018 in Game 5. Lars Eller scoring the game-winning goal right as it goes right behind Marc-Andre Fleury.
Right.
We've seen that, really a lot. The game winner in the 2019 Cup final as well.
And a chance out in front, but Brennan is able to get enough there. As Joker Ammerman tried to get that one through. Clack has it out. Benante can't get that one through. Clack, that one's out in front. Brennan's got to get down there for it. Brennan looking for it. Brennan gets there.
He just barely held it, and
There's
now
a push. There's a big
Benante.
push
Here we go.
by Benante.
Benante getting the Donnybrook started a huge two-hand shove there on one of the William Patterson players. I couldn't tell if that was Swartout or Teets. He shoved there.
It's like Lastra.
It was Laster. It was definitely a Willie Pete guy,
Right,
Willie Patterson guy.
The tall William Patterson players. These teams will indeed be separated for the moment. We'll have to give him his stick back as well.
Well, here's the thing here. We saw this Monday night with Kai Levy. Although the game was pretty much over and done at that point. No, they're not going to call a penalty on that, which I applaud the referees for.
Right.
You didn't give another opportunity for Joker Ammerman. You're not going to do the same for College Hockey Buzz. You want this to be as even as possible going into the final pair of minutes, but this is smelling a lot like overtime spirit.
It's in, the aroma is in the air. Well, he'll work far side here. Dangling out in front. Zave Elson was there. He gets a glove on it just enough. Filicamo out to Lastra. Lastra can't hold on. Out on the boards, McGuire playing some defense. Now Joker Ammerman with Clack. Neither team, I'd imagine, wants that overtime. Hagee is out offside. Lastra trying to recover from getting pushed. Can he silence Joker Ammerman here tonight? Makes the pass. It goes off the skate of Solotist. Defender chasing in there being Hagee. And Zavelson just gets right there for the puck. With 1:19 remaining here in period number 3, 7-7. And this team, both teams, will change.
Shots just barely uneven, 35-36. And this game has been about as even of a matchup as we've seen all season long between any team in the Jersey Pro League, both pro and club divisions.
Sent out in front. Zave Elson's able to get there again. Swart out, trying to create another chance. Swart out. That one's behind the net. Zave Elson has to reach out far for it. He's able to get enough of his glove on it and create a face-off with 1:09.
69 seconds to go in this third period. Again, all bets are off. You got to think the next goal is 100% gonna win it. It is incredible that we've gone this long without a goal.
Especially in the Jersey Pro League where goals are aplenty. Here's Burke. Feeds it around the net to Swartout. Swartout with the spin. Has to find somebody, finds him. There's a shot. Zave Elson's there for it. Filicamo. Now behind the net. Comes Swartout. Swartout with it. Swartout feeds it out back around. Joker Ammerman now holds on to it. This might be a breakaway chance. It's taken out though. Burke is there for it. One of your best players making a key play here with just over 30 seconds left to go. College Hockey Buzz. Ryan Burke. More defensive play made. On the boards, 17 seconds. Now playing slow is Filicamo. They're trying to get the last chance, but they might be taking too much time off the clock here. Can't get it to Swart out. 5 seconds left to hold it out behind them. And the aroma was not in your mind. We will have overtime here in the semifinal of the Club Division. College Hockey Buzz and Joker Ammerman. 3 periods are not enough to decide the winner.
And this has just been an absolute barn burner of a game, a back and forth battle, and now we got to see what the overtime rules are going to be. I don't believe we had overtime in the playoffs last year. Obviously, overtime in the regular season was going straight into the penalty shots. I don't think it's going to be that case here.
I believe it is the regular overtime that we saw last year.
I'd imagine that would just be 3-on-3, or it would just be 4-on-4.
Sudden death.
We'll have to see what Alex Rauter says, the commissioner, one of the referees here tonight.
Right. They're trying to understand the overtime rules. They're discussing it.
Well, they're going to switch the nets, and I think it's going to be...
They'll play. They'll keep playing.
Well, we do have a game scheduled for about 10 minutes time, game number 2 of tonight's vehicle. So our broadcast coverage is not even halfway done. But we get some free hockey here.
There's nothing better than some free hockey.
So it is going to be 4-on-4. So we are going to have the regular 4-on-4. Now the question is, how much time do they put on the clock?
Imagine they wouldn't go to the shootout after that. We'll see.
But again, we do have the game coming up. It's definitely going to be delayed here.
For sure. They get a good amount of time in between the games regardless of when it ends as well. So
and it looks like it is going to be, so it's going to be 5 minutes on the clock for the overtime period. Next goal wins it. Here we go.
The big face-off won by Joker Ammerman. 5 minutes are on the clock. Sudden death overtime. Azzarello chasing this puck with Lastra. People have started to file in. They see the overtime. They know it's a semifinal. As well as the other teams coming in as well. The Lemon Stick Wax crew. Out around the boards. Clack holding on. 5 key minutes to decide a winner in the semifinal to take on the winner of the next game. Clack chasing this puck. He's moving quickly. Can't get enough there though. Lastra has it behind the net. Brennan was waiting for it, but Lastra said, I got it. Lastra dangles it past Azzarello. Lastra taking things slow. Makes a spin. Burke can't handle it cleanly, and that one goes wide. 4 minutes remaining here at the beginning of overtime. Body. As it is neutral zone, he loses it. College Hockey Buzz may have a chance. There's a spinorama, and it cannot get a clean shot off.
Just rolling off the back of the stick there.
Body will have to chase this. Out in his own zone. He gets it. Again, team's taking a slow Trey.
And last thing you want to do is overextend, as Clack will lose the stick there.
Lost it.
Last thing you want to do is overextend and have the rush play come on the other side, because both these teams have been excellent on the rush in the late stages of this game.
Hagee got the stick out, but was unable to keep that puck on side, so no chance for them. Lastra taking it. Swartout couldn't get the stick on it. McGuire has to chase this for Joker Ammerman. Swartout's tough to get it past, though. Swartout has it back around the net. It's out in front of the net. Can anyone get on it? No. Joker Ammerman stays alive. Burke, though, intercepts that. And now Burke with a chance. Feeds it in. And there's the goal! And College Hockey Buzz moves on off the stick of Thomas Swartout.
It's a straight flush for College Hockey Buzz, and how do you spell a comeback? WPU, the William Patterson boys on the back, putting this team on their backs, and they are moving on to the finals in their first year.
Take it in. College Hockey Buzz, the #1 seed, came back from down all the way to 7-3. And they found a way to win it in overtime, and they will take on the winner of our next game. Breakout Sports Broadcasting and Mr. Lemon Stick Wax. It ends in overtime fashion. There's no better way. There's no better way for a game like that to end, where both teams played so evenly. And all it took was a goal like that. And Thomas Swartout, when you need a goal, Thomas Swartout is a player that they always go to. in the clutch moments. He scored a big goal when they were in the comeback, when he started the comeback and he finished the comeback. Thomas Swartout, you are a star. Who is this guy?
And like you said, 5 straight goals to end it here. And looking at the replay, again, just swore out a good backhander right in front. And Zavelson unfortunately just makes his only mistake of overtime. And that's the one that costs him there. But what a game out of both of these teams. But we've got 50% of the matchup for tomorrow night. We've got 3 of the 4 teams competing tomorrow night for their each respective championships figured out.
And we'll find out who team number 2 is in just a few moments when this game is about to get underway. Stay tuned. Make sure you stay tuned for Breakout Sports Broadcasting and Mr. Lemon Stickwax. I'm John McCushon alongside Trey Wright. We'll be right back for game number 2.
And we're back for game number 2 of tonight's doubleheader, the semifinal, or the second to final night of the Jersey Pro League Club Division Playoffs. Game number 2 on tap between Mr. Lemon Stick Wax and Breakout Sports Broadcasting here live from the RWJ Barnabas Health Hockey House in Newark, New Jersey. I'm Trey Wright. He's John McCooch. And John, looking at these two teams and tonight, the 2 and the 3 matchup. LSW coming off of a bye week while Breakout Sports Broadcasting taking down Team Synergy Monday evening in a close game at that. So taking a look at these two teams, they're 1-1 in the previous meetings. How do you think tonight's going to match up between these two guys?
Well, we just saw this in the last game, right, when you talk about the bye week. And you look at Mr. Lemon Stick Wax, and both of these teams, I mean, Breakout Sports Broadcasting very easily could have been the #1 seed in this entire club division. Lost some games late. We've seen the matchups. They split them. Close games as well, at least the one of them being on July 8th, 7-5. So you got to see if Mr. Lemon Stick Wax, a big thing for them. They've got to come out hot. Also look for Griffin O'Shaughnessy, been a leader for this team all season long. He's scored some very clutch goals. And then for Breakout Sports Broadcasting, Hollis Humphreys, the MVP of the club division. He's going to have to come out strong as well.
And the pennants to the paper for game number 2 of tonight. Like you said, Griffin O'Shaughnessy gets the first touch of the puck. He's trying to set it up in front. That was trying to get it to JT Verdino, and already a shot early as Barrasso will take it back the other way. Fanning on the shot there was Hollis Humphreys. And already 2 good chances on both ends of the 200 feet of ice here for both squads.
That's how you got to start, just coming right out hot, fresh out the oven.
Griffin O'Shaughnessy, the 6'5" captain of this Mr. Lemon Stick Wax team, playing for the AAU team for the University of Delaware. Sees GT Verdino take it back all the way over. Looking for a good opportunity right in front was Prince. Actually, that was Ty Vastola, O'Shaughnessy's teammate at the University of Delaware, and both of those players out on the ice, but Scorley will take it away. Scorley lays it back over to Hollis Humphreys, the other MVP on the other bench here for Breakout Sports Broadcasting. Humphreys will take it around, but he'll lose it in the neutral zone. We'll get a chance to highlight our goaltenders. It's Jacob King in the net for the bright yellow Mr. Lemon Stick Wax team, and it's Tyler Balla in net for Breakout Sports Broadcasting. King is 5-1-1 on the season. Balla 4-1. So 2 of the top goaltenders coming to play here tonight, but screaming down the far side. It's going to be Josh Kushner trying to set things up in front for Mr. Lemon Stick Wax. Kushner setting things up at the doorstep, not able to get it. Now Scorley will get it ahead, and here comes Luca Carnamola. Actually, that's Hollis Humphreys who will send it back behind him, and another good opportunity denied by King.
Both teams doing a great job getting their stars involved early on. Griffin O'Shaughnessy, Hollis Humphreys, they got them both the puck very early.
And offsides being called here by the linesman, so we'll get our first stoppage. 13:07 to go in the opening frame. Still scoreless in game number 2. In case you were just tuning in, you missed an absolute banger of an opening game here tonight between College Hockey Buzz and Joker Ammerman. That one going into overtime, where College Hockey Buzz, on the stick of Thomas Swartout, sends the defending champions home packing, and they will face the winner of this game here tonight. Trying to stick it ahead there was Zachary Taylor, but instead it'll trickle all the way out to center ice, where Chong will take it up for the BSB team. Chong looking for options in front, will give it to a breakout skater. Trying to get it across, instead it's turned over in the offensive zone, and LSW will take it the other way. Kushner will try and send it up to Vastola, but the pass is a little too far out in front. And Carnamola will take it the other way. Fighting it with him is Loges, and send it back over to Vastola, who will set it up to Mike Rocco, one of 2 all-stars on this Mr. Lemon Stick Wax team. He leads the team in points with 24 in the regular season, but Chong will take it back the other way. BSB skating east, 1-on-4 opportunity, and that wrist shot will get deflected up into the high netting. And another stoppage here. Shots even 2-2. We're even in the score, 0-0 here early in the first.
You talked about Mike Rocco, one of those players. If he gets the puck and there's a breakaway opportunity, he's probably going to finish it. 24 points on the season. He's been dynamite as well for this team. They've got a really nice duo up there with O'Shaughnessy and Rocco. They're going to have to come up huge today.
BSB, like we said, down team synergy in a very close game Monday evening. And you were talking about that bye week effect as Verdino taking absolutely no prisoners on that shot from DeLanzo, deking him out of his skates. But DeLanzo will take it the other way.
Absolutely megged him. Just couldn't get anyone to finish that shot.
DeLanzo trying to get the last lap, but Verdino will deke himself, will deke Verdino and cross out of their save. Actually, that was Dorada who he out-deked there. Now Barrasso will collide with Verdino. Puck right at the blue paint. Steered out of harm's way there by Barrasso. Not quite out of play as Rocco will keep it in the zone. Hounded from behind by Dorada. And will send it back all the way over there to Sau. And Christian Sau, one of the alternate captains on this Mr. Lemon Stick Wax team, will take it into his own defensive zone and will start west with it. Sau drops back over for O'Shaughnessy. Big ripper there, saved by Bala. That shot goes wide. That was Verdino who cranked one to the right of the net.
First real chance, it feels like, for either side of this game. Once you see that first chance really have to get a big save. More come and more come. So the offense is here.
Humphreys with a howitzer. That one goes straight into the D in Prudential. And that had a sting like a bee there. Kushner will take it back the other way. Even numbers, 2-on-2 for LSW and BSB. Kushner short side. Ball is able to make the stop, and he collects his own rebound. 5-2, the shot ratio in favor of the neon yellow jerseys. Mr. Lemon Stick Wax, obviously in their yellow and blue jerseys. BSB in white and blue. And the winner of tonight's game will face off against the baby blue jerseys of College Hockey Buzz. Winning in overtime over last year's champions. That one takes a funky bounce in front. Reading it like a chapter book was Tyler Bala. He's able to gobble that up with the glove and make the stoppage.
Bala just absolutely plucked that one out of the air. The Kent School varsity guy, Ridgewood native as well. He's had a pretty solid year for Breakout Sports Broadcasting. It's had to be a stalwart line of defense.
Scorley has the puck go off of his skates, so that one will deflect back into neutral territory. And taking it back into his own zone, James Stevens, the Red Bank General, will take it up to Kushner. Kushner and O'Shaughnessy trying to get through the defense. 2-on-3. Beautiful move from O'Shaughnessy. He's not able to finish it. Vastola trying to get it over to Kushner. Intended for O'Shaughnessy. Scorley will intercept it, and it comes back over to Chong. Good back and forth play between these two teams as O'Shaughnessy will take it away, trying to outdo the pinch from Barrasso on the far side, and Humphreys will say enough of this, and will take it himself. Hollis Humphreys dekes through. Vastola trying to get through. Beautiful bad save from Jacob King. He gets the final word on that. Crank shot looking for the redirect was Humphreys off of a blast from the point. And Kushner will slow the pace just down a little bit. He will fall to the ice. No call on the play as Scorley will lose it in his skates. Verdino not able to keep it in the zone. Now he will. And Verdino, good little tap of the bumper there, just trying to keep it with himself, but he's pickpocketed from behind there by Pat Goslin. Goslin will fall to the ice, no call once again. Now Verdino will pick up the pace. Trying to set it up for Blake Loges, top line winger on this team. Shoulder save there from Bala. Scramble in the mid slot. Huge clappers, pillow save from Bala. Action happening on both ends of the ice. And that's going to be a tripping call against Loges. Verdino will touch the puck and we'll get our first penalty shot of the evening. As drawing that penalty, I believe, was Ryan Tobin.
I mean, yeah, like you mentioned, in the last game there was a very obvious tripping call. This time we see it called. But a huge penalty shot opportunity because neither team has really they've gotten some clean looks. The netminders have been stout. You're going to have to make a big save here.
So BSB, first good penalty shot opportunity of the game, but it cannot be put in the back of the 4x6 as a good stick check there from Jacob King will deny. Breakout with trying to go and open the scoring here. 8:26 to go in the opening frame. The shots, 8-4 in favor of Mr. Lemon Stick Wax, and bravo to Breakout and Tyler Bala so far in this game. being able to stop both Mike Rocco and Griffin O'Shaughnessy. However, neither player has been able to get a good shot on Bala quite yet. But that time is coming. We still got a long way to go and a long way to get there. And just as I say that, O'Shaughnessy gloves it down. He sends it over to Rocco. That duo's been lethal all season long. Rocco going short side, not able to get it over the shoulder of Bala. Verdino keeps it moving. At the near corner, along the near wall, looking for options beneath him. He is scrapping with it with a BSB skater. That right there is Ryan Tobin. As Barrasso fighting with for Verdino, and Barrasso trying to go the other way. BSB with numbers, Barrasso and Carnamola on the other direction. Carnamola couldn't quite get it there. It was disrupted by an LSW skater. And it'll go the length of the ice as we approach the midway point in period number 1, still knotted up at 0.
King basically came out of his net as well. The puck just bounced the right way for Mr. Lemon Stickwax, and I let that one go through. The thing about Griffin O'Shaughnessy and Mike Rocco, if you give them, they've had some chances, yeah, sure, maybe not the cleanest chances, but if you give them those chances 4 or 5 times in this game, they're going to get a couple of those ones through. So they're just going to keep them involved, keep them moving. The change happens for when they come back on.
Loge is screaming down the far wall. 3-on-2 for LSW, trying to set things up the other way for Stevens in the low slot. Loge is back on the biscuit. Stevens not able to keep it over as he'll come back over to Breakout. Stevens not able to keep it in the zone, and he'll reset with Vistola in his own end. Pass too far ahead for Kushner to do anything about it. It'll be Goslin taking it back in the defensive zone. That pass too far ahead for Matt Dorada, but the icing is waved off as King will keep the play going. Vistola will take it all the way over. He'll try and flip it into neutral territory, and here comes Kushner. Had a partial breakaway, and that one cranked wide by Loges. Puck still in the blue paint, finally cleared out. No, Vistola keeps it in. Beautiful shot, beautiful save. I think that may have gone wide. Loges with a one-time blast, couldn't get it. He gets another opportunity. That one goes high again. Loges with a couple of really good chances. Nobody able to find the back of the net yet. Dorada trying to change that, but it comes back in the neutral zone. Kushner hounded by Delanzo. Delanzo able to get the check there, but coming back the other way is Zach Taylor. Taylor for the Marist Red Foxes takes it in the far corner, trying to spin around the defense. Instead, he'll come back over to Dorada on the far wall. He'll have a good seam pass all the way over to Delanzo, who's pickpocketed by O'Shaughnessy. O'Shaughnessy back over to Taylor. The Blue Hen and the Marist Fox will try and get it over. So O'Shaughnessy will put it right in the skates of a Breakout skater, and Delanzo will take it in the neutral zone. Neither team able to escape their respective blue lines. Closing in on 5:40 to go in the opening period, still scoreless from the Hockey House. Trying to shoot it short side there was Carnamola. And Verdino will take it back the other way. Good move around the defenseman. He gets around Dorada, but can't get it around Bala. And that one will go wide of net. Verdino will keep the play going back all the way over to Sau. And finally, play will stop as that goes into Bala's breadbasket. 5:15 to go in period number 1. And we got to take a deep breath here, John, because there is action on both ends of the ice. This is the Club Division in the Jersey Pro League.
Absolutely. They, again, just back and forth, counter. Not a lot of time to breathe if you're either team. One thing you notice, you watch Breakout Sports, their defensive unit has been absolutely outstanding so far in this game. Same with Mr. Lemon Stickwax, but really notice Gus Chong has been hustling today, especially in the 0-0 game. Your defensemen have to hustle. Your defensemen have to be physical. Breakout Sports Broadcasting has had that, and then some from their duo as well. As
Goslin will try and get it around O'Shaughnessy, who was pickpocketed by Hollis Humphreys. The two All-Stars coming together there. And this is a Breakout team that's actually down a defenseman, Tim Wanvig, not being here tonight for the Emerson, New Jersey native right in the blue paint. Jacob King will freeze play. And Breakout will get an opportunity at the other end. But again, these are two of the best goaltenders in the regular season coming into tonight. You know, Tyler Bala, 4-1. Jacob King, 5-1-1. Has been the tender between the pipes for all 7 games as he'll gobble up another shot there from long range.
These goaltenders win. And it's going to be a duo. It's going to be a duel. One of these goaltenders, though, they're going to get that second loss on the season. It's going to be the one that eliminates them from this club division play in the playoffs. So both of these goal netminders, they have been playing hard. That's exactly what you expect. They want to move on. They want to play in that final, and they know who they're going to play now. Bit of motivation.
As we go back, so it's a short side save there from King. That will wrap all the way around and come back into neutral territory. Will Gosselin will recover. Winner of tonight's game will face off against Kevin Brennan, William Patterson, and College Hockey Buzz. Tomorrow night at 7 o'clock Eastern right here at the RWJ Barnabas Health Hockey House as Humphreys will send one just wide of the net. Popped out of the zone, Kushner starting to wheel, and he's got a partial breakaway in on Bala. He makes the save. What speed from Kushner, what a save from Bala, and this game is still deadlock 0-0. This is starting to look like a preseason game for the ACCHL. Scorley will wrist one into Jacob King, and again, these two goaltenders putting on a show in this first period so far.
Tyler Bala with the power of Valhalla somehow got there and made that save. Wow.
Absolutely robbing Josh Kushner right there.
Bala's just been so good this season, and if there's a game for him to show up, it's this one. You don't see a lot of 0-0 games deep into the first period in this Jersey Pro League. We've got one so far, though, but that might change.
O'Shaughnessy trying to go back the other way. Is pickpocketed by BSB. Humphreys on the far end, 3-on-2 in favor of the white-clad Breakout Jerseys. They score! A broken play in front. I'm not sure if it was O'Shaughnessy, Humphreys, or Chong who put it in, but nonetheless, BSB breaks the deadlock with 3:13 to go in the first, and they lead 1-0.
That looked like it might have just went off somebody. It didn't look like a clean shot. We'll have to see. That was a funky play. That's one of those goals you don't really understand how it went in. But sometimes
looking back at the replay, I think it's actually going to go to Peter Cross.
Right.
His second goal of the playoffs. But nonetheless, the first red light has been lit and the first salvo fired in this game. And it's a 1-0 lead for Breakout. And they try to hold on. And again, like you said, that bye week effect starting to come into play here as Verdino will hit the ice. No call on the play. O'Shaughnessy will get on his horse the other direction. He's pinched at the boards by Chong. Puck will come out. Breakout just trying to get it out of there as that's a hand pass. Just waved off there by the referees.
Still
and Breakout will come back the other way.
Great pinch by Chong there as well.
Breakout shoots it off the glove of King, and O'Shaughnessy will come back the other directions, get it all the way over to Loges. Loges the other way. Loges off of the glove and deflecting right into the netting. And Bala, another good save. There at a number 33 between the pipes for Breakout. 2:23 to go in the first period. BSB leading 1-0. Shots 13-10 in favor of Mr. Lemon Stick Wax, who's not been able to figure out Tyler Bala just yet. He had a little bit of a shaky game against Team Synergy Monday night, but his team was able to help him out dearly to get them to this semifinal matchup against the number 2 team in the club division. And Bala has been putting on a show, and his team has rewarded him on the other end. O'Shaughnessy can't get the puck off the tape, and now back the other way. Carnamola pass a little too far in front. Icing is waved off, as that'll take a little bit of a trip off the dasher boards from Jacob King. Carnamola spinning around in the offensive zone. Kushner will try and take it away. He's hounded by BSB. And Chong just trying to keep it in the zone. He's able to backhand to dump it in all the way over to James Stevens. Will take it beneath his own red line. 90 seconds to go in the opening frame. Stevens screaming up the near side, goes straight into Tyler Bala's glove. He'll make the stoppage with 84 seconds to go in period number 1. Bala has been really, really strong so far in this game, John. And taking a look at it was going to be Peter Cross from Hollis Humphreys.
Right.
For goal number 1 of tonight.
Wasn't the cleanest goal in the world, but it found its way through.
If it gets in the net, it gets in the net.
Absolutely.
We take those. Stevens will get it all the way over to Taylor. Taylor trying to get it back over to Kushner, and it comes back over to the Marist Red Fox. He's pickpocketed by DeLanzo. 2-on-1, O'Shaughnessy defending a DeLanzo. Good shot, try to go 5-hole on King. He deflects it into the corner. And Kushner, another good burst of speed. He's got a clean breakaway in on Bala, looking to tie it. He cranks it wide. Just barely hooking it there was Josh Kushner trying to find Vastola right in front. He'll fan on the shot. He's getting a little hot in here as he got to fan the puck a little bit. Vastola on the other side will miss the net. That'll trickle back into the defensive end for Mr. Lemon Stick Wax. 33 seconds to go in period number 1. Rocco looking for the equalizer late in the opening frame, and he'll take it away there from Barrasso, trying to look for the redirect there from O'Shaughnessy, but DeLanzo will take it the other direction. 20 seconds to go in period number 1. Dorada keeps it moving. Taken away by Mr. Lemon Stick Wax, intended for O'Shaughnessy. He and Rocco 2-on-1. Over to Mike Rocco. He sends it over the bar. O'Shaughnessy will collect it back. 5 seconds to go in the first period for Dino. One last opportunity. Blocked in front by DeLanzo. And that'll do it for period number 1. Action-packed on both ends of the ice. 14-11 your shot ratio. But Breakout Sports Broadcasting with the lone goal in this one. They lead 1-0 over Mr. Lemon Stick Wax.
It has just been an absolute netminder duo. The duel so far between Tyler Bala and Jacob King. They've been outstanding. Again, your goaltenders need to show up at these moments, and they've been doing that. You see, that again, shots 14-11. Usually in the Jersey Pro League, there's a lot more goals that come out of that. We'll see if either team can kind of break through now. They've gotten Rocco some looks if you're Mr. Lemon Stick Wax. They got O'Shaughnessy looks. They got Humphrey some looks. Can they finish them? That's the question.
We'll take a brief timeout. We'll come back for period number 2 of tonight's second game. Tonight's doubleheader here in the Jersey Pro League Club Division Semifinals. And we're back for the middle frame of tonight's second game of our 2-game vehicle here, live from the RWJ Barnabas Health Hockey House in Newark, New Jersey, in the Great Garden State for the Jersey Pro League. Trey Wright alongside John McCooch as period number 2 will get underway. Breakout Sports Broadcasting leads Mr. Lemon Stick Wax 1-0. After a goal from Peter Cross and Hollis Humphreys, as Gus Chong looks to add to their lead. Cross is goal number 2 of the postseason and goal number 11 of the 2024 campaign in general. And Humphreys is yet another point to his total, point number 28 for the man wearing number 15. Hailing from Morristown Beer, the Harding, New Jersey native. Taking it back the other direction is Breakout, and Barrasso will, actually Humphreys will take it the other way. Pass intended for Chong will go off of the stick of an LSW player. And Scorley will start back all the way over in the other zone. Chong with Humphreys on the other end. Chong now at the bumper, trying to play it over for Barrasso. He just barely shoots it wide. Puck will come back over to Humphreys. He is looking for the wraparound. Not able to quite finish it. He shoots it wide, but he's got the biscuit back on the tape. He'll flip it all the way over into the opposite end. All the way to the opposite corner. Chong keeps it in just barely onside. Keeping it back over to Humphreys. Hollis Humphreys through. Scordley thought it was in, but it'll just barely stay out. And BSB starting to buzz here early in this second period. Scorley will retreat back behind his own cage ball, but he loses the puck behind him. He's able to recover it for the Baylor defenseman. The Baylor winger, rather. And Humphreys just trying to get as much through as he can. Can't quite get it around Zachary Taylor. And it'll come all the way back to Tyler Bala, where the University of Delaware netminder will set it up for the Morristown Beard winger of Humphreys.
Still a bit slow coming out of the second period for Mr. Lemon Stick Wax. Took College Hockey Buzz a while to get going. You mentioned the bye. We talk about it. They've got to find some kind of flow in this second period. Still a 1-0 game, though.
Well, they've got 14 shots registered on goal, looking for a 15th here as that one will be deflected into the netting once again.
Right, but not every shot is a good shot when you kind of go through there. They're just kind of getting the puck on the net. You know, so a lot of those have gone wide. They've got to get those good shots in, create some chances, because they've just been kind of taking the shots just to get shots off.
Again, they don't have a whole lot of scoring chances. I believe only 3 or 4
Right.
good chances so far, and Bala having to make a couple of good saves as that was nearly redirected by Cross in front. Bala able to read it, though.
Right, that one wasn't too bad. I think we could agree on that.
It was a good shot through traffic.
Right.
Cross nearly deflecting it into his own nets to get his second goal of the evening.
When you're able to win the face-off like that and get those chances, that's huge, especially in this league where deflections are aplenty.
BSB gets it pickpocketed from behind. Oh, miscommunication, a weird bounce and breakout. We'll have another opportunity the other way, trying to spin through, trying to go from Bobby or move. King is still on the puck. It somehow stays out. It was batted out of the air by Breakout. And coming back the other way with it is Stevens, and somehow this is still a 1-goal game.
BSB had 3 sticks there. Not one of them could get the puck through.
Cross will have the puck roll off at the end of his stick, and Stevens will come back with it, spins away from Carnamola. He'll set things up for Vistola. Intended for Zachary Taylor, just not too far out in front of the defense. And Barrasso will start with it. He'll get it back up to Carnamola. The Ramapo Roadrunner. We'll see that deflected into the high netting once again with 11:33 to go in the middle frame. BSB knocking on the door of Mr. Lemon Stick Wax. And they are trying to dethrone the number 2 seed of the playoffs. And LSW a little bit on the ropes right now. They do lead in the shot category 17-12. But they've just not been able to figure out Tyler Bala yet. This back check for BSB has been lethal so far. And a little bit of puck luck going in the favor of Breakout is where we find our score, where it is 1-0. Kushner the other way. Breakaway opportunity. Bala able to make the point-blank save. And he'll freeze the puck for another stoppage. 10 seconds going by.
Kushner's had a couple of those chances. He's had more than a couple of those chances on that breakaway. Tyler Bala has just been right there every single time against Kushner.
And again, a lot of high school students on the ice here for both teams. Obviously, Tyler Bala, the Kent School varsity goaltender. We got a couple of the Red Bank guys of Humphreys and Kushner, or Morristown Beard for Humphreys, Kushner for the Red Bank Generals. So not only is this a summer league just for fun and a little bit of conditioning, it's also an opportunity for a lot of these guys as trying to split through the defense, not able to get there in time, and drawing a penalty is Pat Goslin. That's a clear interference. Couldn't tell who it was. I believe that may have been James Stevens who interfered there with Pat Goslin. Actually, that's going to be Christian Sow from Connecticut, who's going to give Pat Goslin an opportunity to double up this lead. Goslin, another one of the high school students, in on the Delaware goaltender, deflected there by King. And King keeps this a 1-goal deficit. A lot of good opportunities for both teams. But nonetheless, Pat Goslin from Cranford, Gus Chong from the Berkshire School, Morristown Beard for Hollis Humphreys. Again, this is an opportunity. That one gets steered wide. Delanzo not able to quite get there in time. Kushner once again the other way as I'm still trying to make this a little bit of an ad read, trying to set up O'Shaughnessy, not able to get it. O'Shaughnessy rips it right into Bala's glove, and I'll have another stoppage. And this acts like a little bit of an audition for these guys looking to go into college in the next couple of years, especially for these high school guys like Pat Goslin, like Peter Cross, like Hollis Humphreys. Gives an opportunity to try and, hey, these are our talents. This is what we're able to do. And a guy like Hollis Humphreys is going to be a hot commodity going into these next school years. That one nearly put in there by BSB.
Absolutely. They get a ton of tape. They'll have a ton of tape on how they play, what they can do. colleges will come calling.
Dorada steals it at the blue line, 2-on-1 the other way. At Delanzo wide open, elected to shoot it himself, and it gets saved by King. Barrasso once again trying to steer it through traffic. He'll get it back over to Dorada beneath the red line, trying to get it over to Delanzo again. That's blocked in front. Now pinned at the boards, Dorada and Verdino being held there. Now open space for Delanzo, blocked in front by Sal. Christian Sal, a good block with the lower skates, and O'Shaughnessy right through the middle. In on Tyler Balla, looking for the equalizer, just goes off the post. O'Shaughnessy again, right in the low slot, that cranked high. O'Shaughnessy has been snake-bitten in this game so far. He is still looking for goal number 1 of the playoffs. And we're gonna get a quick whistle here. I believe that'll be an icing call. But O'Shaughnessy was, to quote a great broadcaster for the Minnesota Wild, going through the defense like poop through a diarrhea-infested goose. Just unfortunately couldn't quite finish the deal there. Had another opportunity, sends it over the crossbar. If he sends it to the right of the net, he'll have hit the trifecta of missing it. Vastola, one of the other Delaware Blue Hens, cranks a shot that'll go off the dasher boards and take a nice siesta in the LSW zone. And Vastola will take it the other way. It was intended for Stevens, but Loges will take it instead. Closing in on the midway point through game number 2. Much like in game number 1, very close contest with neither team able to pull away just yet. And another icing call against LSW with 8:58 to go.
With the chances that Mr. Lemon Stickwax got during that sequence, this should be a 1-to-1 game. They could not find a way to score. O'Shaughnessy, snake-bitten, that's one way to put it. I mean, he is just cursed right now. They've got to find a way to get it through. Him and Mike Rocco have had chances. Kushner, plenty of chances, breakaway chances. They just can't connect.
Again, they were so lethal through the playoffs. Connecting for 47 points total as Rocco with it. He sends it over and Lowe just puts it in. And there is point number 49 for that duo as Rocco with the assist. Loges opens the scoring for LSW and pots it home for the tie goal.
They needed that. They needed that so desperately. It took all the way until 8:44 in the second period to get goal number 1 of the day for Mr. Stickwax in the league. They used to see so much scoring. But once it takes that one goal, sometimes you just open up those floodgates and it gets moving.
And that is point number 1 of the entire campaign for Blake Loges. Didn't score at all in the regular season, didn't have any assists, but he gets the game tire here in period number 2 of their first playoff game, and hopefully not their last. That'll take a bounce off the stanchion at the corner of the bench, nearly hitting our cameraman right there, Carello Pascal. He shoots us a little grin here up at the broadcast booth. Carello working our cam 2, our second camera of the night, a little handheld free-moving camera. A little shoulder cam here, experimenting with some new technology in the Jersey Pro League. Loges on his horse once again. Loses a little bit of control on the puck. He's got it back on the tape. Now Chong trying to steer it out of harm's way. Loges a nifty move, setting up Mike Rocco, who can't get it over to Stevens, who can't corral it. And BSB numbers the other way. 2-on-1 for Breakout. Humphrey sending it in, and Chong had the entire net open. He hooks it. He sliced the shot there, had the entire 4x6 open. Humphreys will send it over the bar. And at the halfway point in game number 2, beautiful chance in front, and Humphreys puts it home. Hollis Humphreys with a howitzer right in the mid-slot. And Breakout with 6 seconds to go until the midway point gets the lead right back. It's 2-1.
That's one of those goals, again, you just kind of, you don't feel like you should have scored on that one. You should have scored 2 chances, 3 chances before. You just say, finally you score. But again, any way you can get them, you get them. And Breakout Sports Broadcasting got the lead back.
O'Shaughnessy back over to Zach Taylor looking for the equalizer. O'Shaughnessy trying to get it past Breakout. Taylor crashing the net. Another good save there out of Tyler Balla. As coming back the other way with it is Barrasso. He's got Breakout right behind him. Instead, he'll dump it into the opposite corner. 7:11 to go in period number 2. Being hounded for the puck was Christian Sau. But LSW numbers the other way. O'Shaughnessy through the skates of Verdino. And JT will get it over to Zachary Taylor, who will find it all the way over in the near corner. Good pass to Verdino. He sends it straight into Tyler Bala's glove. And he'll gobble up the biscuit with 6:48 to go in the middle frame. And shots 20-15, 2015, a good year there. Not the shot ratio and not the score that LSW would like to have. They trail by 1. Breakout back the other way. Carnamolo right in the center trying to set up somebody, but nobody was wearing a white jersey in the low slot. Kept in the zone by Barrasso. Cross will get things going. Back over to Barrasso. The Ole Miss winger just barely sending it off the side of the net. Sau will take it back over to Verdino. Back over to Sau as LSW regroups and resets, and will redo another chance back the other direction. Shot cranked wide. Will come back over to O'Shaughnessy. He sends one off the side of the net. That completes the trifecta of O'Shaughnessy. Missing it. They score! Right as O'Shaughnessy completed the miss the net trifecta, he backhands a prayer, and it's answered 2-2 with 5:59 to go.
You mentioned the trifecta. Well, there's goal number 2. They need one more for a trifecta of goals. They needed that one bad as well. These teams not used to these low-scoring games here at this point in the game. 5:59 left to go in the second period. But that one looked like a near miss. Just tapped it on through.
That was, I think that was Barrasso right behind the cage. That was Cross, who was just trying to clear it out, and literally just whacking his stick behind him was O'Shaughnessy. Wasn't even a prayer. That was like, okay, I'm just going to try for it.
Right. It's also that size of O'Shaughnessy, right? He's a lot bigger than a lot of these guys, and he's got a lot more reach with a stick. You think you can cross it out if you're Cross, but O'Shaughnessy's just a big body, huge stick right there for it.
So with 5:46 to go in the second period, we're right back to where we started from. And O'Shaughnessy with the vulcanized rubber once again. Actually, that's Loges looking for goal number 2 of the evening. Flipping it in front for Vastola. He scores! Ty Vastola, bang, bang play. And LSW gets their first lead of the evening. 2 straight goals by the Delaware Blue Hens.
I think the floodgates have opened if you're Mr. Lemon Stick Wax. Quick goals right there. And in this league where, again, you see a lot of 10-6, you see a lot of high-scoring games. It's been low scoring so far, but now they're making up for it here in period number 2 in the back half of it.
Beautiful shot there, Vastola. As that one will just barely pop out of the zone. 5:25 to go in period number 2, and 2 straight shots going in the back of the net for Mr. Lemon Stick Wax. Now BSB will see themselves down by a goal, a position they were on the other side of all game long. And they're just trying to scramble here to retie it again. They're only down by a goal, but LSW just trying to open the floodgates like you said. Delanzo fighting through traffic. Delanzo pickpocketing. Delanzo backhanding. Delanzo unsuccessful. LSW the other way, 3-on-1 for the yellow jerseys. O'Shaughnessy on the other end. Oh, the puck just goes off of his skates, and it'll come back the other way.
Pass was laid a bit behind. If O'Shaughnessy gets a stick on it, that's a goal.
Just a little far behind, like you said, but Griffin has got the puck back on the tape once again, and the big 6'5" boy trying to skate through the defense again. Part of the advantage of being so tall is having a longer stick. Sending that short side was Kushner. He's still looking for goal number 1 of the evening. O'Shaughnessy nearly had an opportunity. Verdino keeps it in at the blue line, skating through. Verdino through the defense. Verdino scores! Holy Christmas, JT Verdino absolutely sending all the defensemen's jockstraps into the rafters. Cleaning house, starting at the blue line, skating through, slicing and dicing, and LSW extends their lead by 2.
If you're Tyler Bala, you just got to take the bucket off and salute. That's one you just cannot save. Perfectly placed top shelf. Just absolutely phenomenal on that shot right there.
So O'Shaughnessy will take it away. Trying to get another goal as LSW. O'Shaughnessy pockets it and scores! And the floodgates have opened, and here come the Lemons. 4 straight goals from LSW. O'Shaughnessy, goal number 2 of the night, and they lead 5-2. And the onslaught is here, John.
The Lemons are squeezing every bit of juice they can get out of this second period right now. Well, a game where it looked like they were barely going to score. They just keep on scoring and scoring and scoring. They are capitalizing on every chance they get right now. Can they get more juice, though?
And they have just had so many chances so far. And now if you're BSB, that's 4 straight goals you have given up, and you are on the other end of the spectrum when it comes to really being a little SOL right now. Humphreys trying to get his team back into the game. Rocco back the other direction, still looking for his first goal of the evening. O'Shaughnessy will collect it. He's got 2, sending it up to Rocco. Pass a little too far out in front. Sow will fend on the shot, and sending it back through traffic is Humphreys, who lost the puck behind him. He'll set up Scordley, trying to set it through. He scores! And BSB back in this one. Scordley with the scorcher. He rips it home for goal number 3 for BSB. And they claw within 2, 3:09 to go in the second period.
Just rips it bottom left corner. Found a way to just feed that through. My goodness, just an absolute snipe.
That was your textbook definition of a wrister. I think that would have been made Nico Heischer proud as Loges on the 2-on-1 the other way. That one will deflect in. It's Mike Rocco with his first of the evening, and LSW responds only 3 seconds later to make it 6-3.
There's making up for lost time, and then there's this game. 0-1 for so long, and then this back half of the second period, just no breaks between goals.
And actually, that's going to be Zachary Taylor, his first of the night, his 4th of the season. And LSW just trying to put this one to bed. We still got another period of action, but this has been a tale of 2 vastly different periods, as that one nearly squeaking through the wickets of Bala. The first period, very back and forth, a tale of just 2 stout goaltenders. Only was 1-0 going into the first intermission. 8 goals in this period was still just a few clicks under 3 minutes to go, and it is going to set up for a very, very wicked third period, John.
And the goals didn't start until around 9:53. So it's just been a great run by both of these squads offensively.
LSW had 4 goals in a row, and BSB brought it within 2 before Zach Taylor brought the lead back up to 3. Again, a 3-goal lead is the worst lead to have in hockey. Looking for the redirect was Barrasso, but it'll be Loges, who has come into his own in the playoffs, looking for his 3rd point of the evening. He sends it wide and comes back over to Gosselin, who gets it all the way up to a white jersey. Tracking back for it is Taylor. Taylor, with the last goal in the game, will send a shot that'll go off of Carnamola, and that'll be sent the length of the ice for an icing with $1:51 to go in period number 2. In case you were just tuning in, Mr. Lemon Stick Wax in this second period has put 6 on the board. The touchdown is complete. They're waiting for Harrison Butker to kick the extra point. And Breakout only amassing a field goal so far, but just looking to get back into this game, trailing by 3. They still got 17 minutes left. And like we saw College Hockey Buzz down by 4 in the earlier game. King will make that stop. CHB was down by 4. They scored 5 straight for the straight flush to advance themselves into the finals tomorrow evening. The winner of tonight looking to advance to face off that team tomorrow night in the Club Division Finals. That game taking place 7 p.m. Eastern Time right here on Breakout Sports Broadcasting. Obviously, we're going to hope that BSB wins tonight as Dorada's trying to bring them back within 2. Rocco will rip it, and he will score! And it's Mike Rocco with the kick through the uprights. The extra point is good. That time he scores, and it's 7-3.
Mr. Rocco, what a life. I mean, we saw a snipe before. That one just went top left corner. Just accuracy.
Got Chris Kyle on the phone.
Yeah.
That was saying, get the sniper from Team Fortress 2 on the phone.
Go with the American sniper.
Hey, come on, don't diss the Aussie legend.
He is a legend. Can't deny that at all.
Hey, he just clicks heads for a living. But nonetheless, under a minute to go in period number 2, and LSW with a commanding 4-goal lead. And BSB just trying to get back into this game. Mr. Lemon Stick Wax looking to make it a 1 versus 2 matchup in the Club Division for the 2nd year in a row, if I'm not mistaken. Christian Zhao looking to add to the lead. He'll shoot it high of the bar. Looking for another opportunity was Kushner. And with under 30 to go, Chong looking to get BSB back into this game. Steers around Verdino, just misses wide of the cage. Dorada can't get it off the stick firmly, and Verdino will spin around from the defense, and he'll hold for the next 11 seconds to bring us to intermission number 2. 5 seconds to go. DeLanzo just trying to take it away, and not quite able to get it as time will expire. 30 down, 15 to go, and a quarter of an hour away are Mr. Lemon Stick Wax from advancing to the finals tomorrow night.
Does this score look familiar to you that we just saw in the last game? 7-3. The story was College Hockey Buzz came down from 7-3. If you're Breakout Sports Broadcasting, you just watch this happen. Got to find a way to make it unfold.
LSW, we saw a bunch of the LSW guys watching that happen as well. BSB was also watching it from the locker room. We'll see if LSW is able to hold on. We'll see if Breakout is able to come back as we'll step aside for a brief moment. You're watching the Jersey Pro League Club Division Playoffs here on Breakout Sports Broadcasting. $15 minutes to go in game number 2 of tonight's doubleheader here in the semifinal round of the Jersey Pro League Club Division Playoffs. Trey Wright and John McCooch on the call here. And we're underway for the 3rd frame of tonight's action. Mr. Lemon Stick Wax leads Breakout Sports Broadcasting 7-3 going into the final 3rd of tonight's game. And they look to add on to their lead for a date with College Hockey Buzz tomorrow night here at the RWJ Barnabas Health Hockey House. O'Shaughnessy with 2 goals already tonight, looking for the hat trick, fighting with Scordley in the near corner. Will take it away, looking for the short chance rip. And it's taken away there by Zachary Taylor. Stevens will send all the way to Vastola on the other end. Chip shot, looking like he was trying to shoot that puck out of a bunker. And BSB will take it back the other way. Humphreys, only 1 goal so far tonight, trying to get Breakout back into this game. One hop off of the dashboard, it goes. Barrasso and Stevens fighting for the biscuit behind the cage. And Stevens will send it ahead. He'll go back at O'Shaughnessy, and he'll get Stevens up on his horse. Stevens, Taylor, O'Shaughnessy. O'Shaughnessy! What a rip from the top of the circle. He was in Ovechkin's office, but wasn't quite able to get in the back of the 4x6 filing cabinet. Another good save from Tyler Bala. Well needed at this point in the game.
If you're Breakout Sports Broadcasting, that's not how you wanted this period to start, allowing Mr. Lemon Stick Wax to hold on to the puck and get some clean shots off on you. They need a goal in these first 3 minutes if they want to come back and win this game. or these next 3 minutes, if they want to come back and win this game. Before you see that 10 turn into 9, they need to get a goal. 4 is a lot.
They say 3-0 is the worst lead in hockey. 4 is a little bit better, nearly 5, as that'll deflect off the paddle of Bala, who'll get the stoppage here. 13:42 now to go.
All it takes is one counter. We saw Thomas Swardow in the last game. All it took was just one counter, one breakaway to get, like we said, the floodgates open. Mr. Lemon Stickwack scored all those goals that they have, a lot of them at least in a short period of time.
Trying to get another one there was LSW. Kushner still looking for goal number 1 of the evening. Loges, who got the scoring started for LSW, will steer it out of the zone. Humphreys a little too far out in front. He and King will fight for it. King is able to get it near. Oh, what a save there with a pad by Jacob King, just getting back in the nick of time. And the puck luck firmly swing in the direction of this yellow-clad bench, as Humphreys can't do anything about it right now. Looking for the wraparound, scramble for the puck right below, and Sao was able to finally get it out of there, and steering it out of harm's way is Kushner. Kushner, once again, a burst of speed, looking for the wrist shot. No dice there. Bala will make the stop. And King, potentially the game-saving save with his team up by 4.
For King, that's how you protect your kingdom. And for Breakout Sports Broadcasting, that can be so demoralizing. You're down, you got a goaltender out of the net, a shot you want to finish, and then he just goes out and makes a great save. It's tough.
Face-off controlled by Breakout, and they'll take it into the neutral zone. BSB just trying to set things up. They trail by 4 and trying to get back into this game as quick as they can. Barrasso puts it on net, pillowed aside there by King. Another chance will go wide. Kushner just trying to steer it out. Actually, that's Stevens, who's just trying to get out of harm's way, and O'Shaughnessy will do so. No, he's pickpocketed in front. Beautiful crank, and the rebound gobbled up by Jacob King. He does a 360 around. And some spin moves there from the Delaware goaltender. Hey, he should be in Paris right now with some breakdancing moves like that. But taking a look at tomorrow night's schedule, so actually it'll be the Pro Division matchup. Your opening act tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. Lab Elite Hockey will take on Chima Hockey tomorrow night for game number 1 of tomorrow's Night of Champions, 7 p.m. to start things off. And the winner of this game right here will face off against College Hockey Buzz in the Club Division Championship game at 8:30. So I got those a little bit mixed up. But Pro Division is first at 7. Club is later on at 8:30 tomorrow evening. And the way things are looking right now, say it's a good chance that Mr. Lemon Stick Wax is going to have an opportunity to fight for a championship in their first season. Breakout trying to change that. Another good save out of Jacob King. He's been on fire so far in period number 3.
Jacob King in a situation where you need to make some big saves. He showed up time and time again. You've got a big lead, and when all it takes is one missed save to let the floodgates open, he is keeping them shut today.
And O'Shaughnessy trying to open the floodgates on the other side. Nobody open in the middle of the ice. It'll come back across the Devils logo at the center line. Dumping it in is LSW as Cross will take it in front of the Verizon logo. Dorado will try and get things going and gets it up to Pat Goslin. Goslin sends it off the waffle board of King. Collecting it back up is Dorada. Back to Goslin, just trying to get it into somebody, but getting it out of the zone is Rocco. And Rocco and O'Shaughnessy, the lethal duo, 2-on-1 the other way. O'Shaughnessy will rip it wide once again.
Banged his stick on the boards. He's not happy with his performance so far.
3-on-1, Dorada broken up there by Sao. Now nobody can get it through. Cross was at the doorstep. He can't put it back in the net. And Verdino just trying to go the other way on the rush. It was a 3-on-1 opportunity, and not even able to get a pass off was BSB. And they're just trying to get anything to go here. And you got to think, if LSW is able to put one more goal on the board, that'll officially close things out for Breakout. And they just try and get past Jacob King. They got 10 minutes to score 4 goals. And the mountain continues to get steeper and steeper as time continues to wind down. Opportunity at the doorstep. Cross was about 5 feet under the puck there. Wasn't able to get a shot off. That time he'll lose it in his skates, trying to send it over to Chong on the other side, and sent into the glass there by Verdino. Shot from long range. Whoa, Jacob King will cover up a funky bounce. My Kingdom for a save. For Jacob King, he has been on fire so far, has not allowed a goal in this period so far, and his team has helped him a plenty on the other end of the ice tonight. No goals in this period just yet. A 7-3 lead for Mr. Lemon Stick Wax with under 10 to play here in period number 3. Kushner looking to add to that. He will do so and scores! It's been a long time coming to this game for Josh Kushner, and that very well may be the dagger for this Breakout Sports team. The 2-point conversion is good. And leading by 5 is Mr. Lemon Stick Wax.
That might have been the absolute dagger. That might have been the brute. Mr. Lemon Stick Wax coming out to a huge lead now. 5 goals is their advantage for a Breakout Sports Broadcasting team that was strong all season long. They didn't lose like this. And it's tough to play like this in your biggest moments. Yeah, it's never over till it's over, though.
Chong trying to spin it around, and DeLanzo will send it back into his own zone. You know, you and I were talking earlier in between the games after the overtime and talking about how the first game that we ever did together back in January, Rider versus Penn State, as Lowe just trying to spin everybody out. Bala saves it. He was absolutely surfing out there. Sick mitts, not quite enough for Logis. As sending it back the other way is Gus Chong. We're talking about how every game we do together ends up in overtime.
Right, it just happens that way sometimes.
And the first 2 games that we did ended up in overtime. Is game number 3, and it might have finally taken 3 games for us to not get an overtime to go.
Third time is not a charm, Trey. It's okay.
Hey, we're looking for the trifecta there in the OT period, but it's a little wishful thinking, especially looking for overtime in the playoffs of the Jersey Pro League. That's Carla Pascal told us in between games as O'Shaughnessy looking for the hat trick. Not quite past Bala. That'll go off the waffle board, gets it to Logis and down the other side. He will send it sky high into the netting. But as Corolla was saying in between the games, I believe that was the first ever overtime period in the Jersey Pro League playoffs, including last year, including 2022. So a little bit of history here tonight in the club division. We've yet to see it in the pro division. Have to see it'll come down to it in the championship game tomorrow night.
I've seen a good amount of overtime just in this season in general on the games I've done, so maybe it's a me thing. I don't know.
Oh, hey, the last game between College Hockey Buzz and Joker Ammerman.
Right.
That just barely went into overtime. Verdino trying to stick through the defense. He scores! Oh, my goodness. I'm going to be sick, ladies and gentlemen. Absolute filth, absolute disgusting play from JT Verdino. And ladies and gentlemen, I got to use the facilities because I got to go pull trig and yak. That was absolutely disgusting there from Verdino. And the Purdue Northwest winger adding on its 6 goals that LSW leads by.
That was gross. That was just absolutely gross. JT Verdino. Who is this guy? He is playing outstanding today. What a goal.
And he's been another guy that's been looking for this all game long. He's been playing a lot as O'Shaughnessy, who's already got 2 tonight, looking for the hat trick. He'll send it across, and Rocco's not able to get there in time, so it'll remain a 6-goal lead, and LSW looks to just put this thing to bed over the course of the next 7:08. And I'm not sure if Cross and Router came together. Router, one of the referees here tonight, a little shaken up there on the play.
Can't hurt the commission. Come on now.
Yeah, come on, Peter. Hey, Peter, don't hit the commissioner.
Don't hit the commissioner. Can't do it.
Router looks to be all good for that. He will not, for the first time in Jersey Pro League history, is Sal with a beautiful save there. Gets it back all the way over to Kushner. Was looking to spring Sal for the coast-to-coast opportunity there. For the first time in Pro Division history, Router will not be playing for a championship tomorrow night as XHP was down by Lab yesterday evening in the Pro Division semifinal round. Verdina will try and take it away. He misses the puck behind him. He's got the biscuit back on the tape. 6:30 to go here in period number 3, and trying to add things on, trying to put it into double digits is Mr. Lemon Stick Wax. The two bye-week teams looking to play for this championship. Humphreys passed a little too out in far of Hollis. And Rocco will collect it off of the rebound, and taking a look here on the breakaway. Kushner in on Bala, and saved by the blocker of Tyler there. Good save there from Bala, but it's not been a good night for him so far. He had the phenomenal first period, but the second and the third, the floodgates have absolutely opened. And nearly a disgusting goal there from Barrasso, who's looking for another opportunity down in the mid-slot. High slot chance, nearly lost it, and he'll slide it in. So Barrasso will get one back for BSB. They now trail by 5 with 5:33 to go. And just a teeny tiny little bit of life at the end of the tunnel there for BSB. They go from it being a 6-goal deficit to a 5, but they have got to get things going. They have got to put some kerosene, some jet fuel on the fire. They want to get back into this game with just this amount of time left.
It's a goal a minute. That's the pace you got to set here. 5 goals, 5 minutes. Can they get it done?
Well, just with this counterattack that LSW has had, as Lowe just looking for goal number 2 of his good night so far, is Bastola looking to re-extend it by 6. We'll crank it wide. Gosselin all the way to Carnamola. Funky bounce in front, nearly tapping it in. And 5 minutes to go. Exactly. You need exactly 5 goals in 5 minutes. Like you were saying, and that was nearly goal number 5 for the Dolly Parton score.
You know, Trey, I heard something happened to your tire yesterday. I was listening to the broadcast.
That was Monday night. Had a big 4-inch nail in my left rear tire.
Wow.
They're doing construction on 95. It's bound to happen.
Yeah. You know what? I also had a flat tire from a nail this week. last Monday.
What are the odds, dude?
I was driving. I was on the turnpike, and my tire said, no, I'm done. I had to pull over.
The turnpike
just
doesn't like the breakout crew.
Not at all.
Lowe just with a shot, nearly redirected in front by Taylor. It goes wide. Darting forward in the near corner are both teams, and trying to take it away there is Pat Gosselin. 4:23 now to go here. BSB down by 5, potentially down by 6 of Zach Taylor. Can crank one through. The Red Fox will shoot one off of the mask of Bala. And Chong will take it back down the far end. Gus Chong just offside. His breakout was just trying to stay onside there, but just barely gliding over the blue line. And that was a killer there with 4:06 to go.
Yeah, the pace is a bit different now when it comes to goals.
You got to score one in pretty much every 45 seconds here if you're BSB, if you want to keep your season alive.
It wasn't really that into math. That's why I talk about hockey. All I know is many goals in little time.
Breakout will win the draw, and it's Chong once again, this time on the near side. He'll lose it, and Taylor will take it back the other way. Chong will collect. Now, does Bala head to the bench with how many goals there in front? No, it's a good thing he stayed there, as O'Shaughnessy looking for the hat trick still. Put off of the net, and DeLanzo will take it back, going east with it.
You haven't felt that sense of urgency from Breakout Sports Broadcasting, even when they were down by only a few.
Chong sending it in front. Nobody was home. It deflects into the near corner. Dorado will take it off. That's deflected into the neutral zone by Taylor. And Cross will skate with it the other way. Peter Cross trying to dance around James Stevens, and instead he'll come back all the way over to O'Shaughnessy. Trying to get it to Mike Rocco. Equal numbers the other way. O'Shaughnessy will drop it back over for Peter Cross, We'll set things up for Breakout with 3 minutes to go here in period number 3. BSB needing 9, or needing 5 rather. LSW has put 9 on the board. Dorada just trying to get anything as O'Shaughnessy one-on-one. Barrasso trying to back check. Here comes O'Shaughnessy. He rips it off the post. He'll collect it back once again, but loses the vulcanized rubber. Verdino collides with Peter Cross. Dorada and O'Shaughnessy colliding there once again. Cross will send it up. It'll go the length of the ice, but the icing is waved off. With under 3 now to go here in period number 3. And LSW looking to punch their ticket to the championship game for the club division in the Jersey Pro League. Rocco skating it behind him, just trying to draw any sort of time out of here. Goslin will take it in the far corner. Equal numbers, back going east with it is Barrasso. He'll go through the defense. Not able to get it in the corner. He'll set it up for Scordley. Hollis Humphreys with a howitzer. But getting back in time was Jacob King, and that's really been the tail of the tape in this one. Trebuchet pass too far for O'Shaughnessy. And Bala will keep the play alive. $1:40 to go in period number 3. 100 seconds separate LSW and a berth in the championships game.
They're right there. It's not going to be the flashy overtime win like CHB had. They just dominated this one, did Mr. Lemon Stick Wax.
Humphreys looking for just a little bit of morale boosting. He'll get it all the way over, and that shot from Goslin steered aside. Scordley will send it in. That'll pretty much take a nice trip on the railroad track. 66 seconds left in period number 3. And here comes the rush once again for LSW. Kushner, Rocco, and Verdino. Kushner back to Verdino. Over to Rocco. He just sends it wide with now under a minute to go in the third period.
You know they want that double digit. You know they don't want to see 9 on there. They want to see 10.
Well, they saw Joker Ammerman put, I think it was 11 on the board the other night, and they lost to CHB, so I think they might want to keep it under double digits as Scordley will take it back the other way. Steered aside by King's Pillows. 30 seconds now to go in the third period. BSB just looking for anything. Chong fans on the shot. That's really been the story of the night for BSB so far. And another 3-on-1 for Mr. Lemon Stick Wax. Verdina will send it through the 5-hole, and he'll score. So they will go for the double digits. Goal number 2 for number 2. And LSW putting the cherry on top, the exclamation point on a sentence. As they will advance to the championship game, it'll face College Hockey Buzz tomorrow night at 8:30. Verdina will win the draw. He'll send it all the way back over to Jacob King. He'll flip it back to Kushner, and that will do it. 5 seconds now to go. They'll play keep away with it. King will send it the length of the ice, and the Lemons are moving on. Mr. Lemon Stick Wax downs Breakout Sports Broadcasting 10-4 your final. And both of our championship matchups are set for tomorrow night. For the opening game, Chima versus Lab Elite for the Pro Division title tomorrow night at 7. And it'll be College Hockey Buzz versus Mr. Lemon Stick Wax for the Club Division Finals. What a game and what a night of club hockey here tonight, John.
It really has been what a night. Mr. Lemon Stick Wax with an absolutely dominant showing over Breakout Sports Broadcasting. Joker Ammerman and Breakout Sports Broadcasting see their seasons end tonight. Nothing to be ashamed of, though. They played great all season long. But you get a dominant performance by the number 2 seed, and they're going to look at the 1 seed and say, you needed overtime to take down the 4 seed. They think they're going to dominate in that game. It's going to be great tomorrow as well. They had to play a little bit later into the night, so we'll see if that maybe has an effect as well. But that bye week didn't affect these guys at all.
Well, it's also going to come down to good goaltending because Jacob King versus Kevin Brennan, the 2 top goaltenders in the entire season for the club division of the Jersey Pro League. But it's not a goodbye for a lot of these guys. It'll be a see you later, especially guys like Jacob King.
Right.
Well, so the ACH level for the University of Delaware. Same thing with, we'll see if Ty Vestrola and Griffin O'Shaughnessy climb up to the ACHA, the D2 level at the University of Delaware. I would say with how O'Shaughnessy has performed this season with his build, I think the Blue Hens would be crazy to keep him on that AAU team.
Yes.
That's not to say the AAU team is bad in any stretch of the imagination,
No.
but I think he definitely deserves a promotion.
He's just good. That's the thing. So we'll see what he ends up doing. I think he deserves.
And
definitely that
obviously,
promotion.
guys like Luca Carnamola, you'll be calling a lot of his games up at
Yes.
Ramapo College. Same thing with Tim Wanvig. We'll see him later on. And hopefully we'll see a lot of these guys up here as, you know, a lot of these high schoolers, guys like Pat Goslin, Tyler Bala as well.
Right.
We'll hopefully see them at the AAU, ACHA, and maybe potentially even at the NCAA levels. But that's going to do it here for tonight's coverage. On behalf of all of our crew here tonight, Carollo, Andrew, Emily, John, and myself, we got our matchup set for tomorrow night. One final look at them. Chima versus Lab in the Pro Division matchup. That'll be 7 o'clock Eastern right here at the RWJ Barnabas Health Hockey House in Newark, New Jersey. That'll be for the Pro Division Championship, and for the Club Division Championship, College Hockey Buzz versus Mr. Lemon Stick Wax. It's all going to come down on the Night of Champions tomorrow evening, August 8th, 2024, for the final night of action here in the Jersey Pro League's 2024 campaign. Thank you all so much for tuning in to tonight's broadcast. We will see you tomorrow night for the grand finale of the 2024 season of the Jersey Pro League.